All right, welcome to the Sae Bae Cast number 38 with Mofoe. Mofoe, what's up?
Dude, so good to talk to you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
I feel a little lower in the category compared to everyone else in the cast, but it's always good to be here. Very honored.
Yeah, no, it's a privilege to I guess I'm in a good position where I can get like I don't know, I just feel honored that people want to be on the Sae Bae Cast. I'll ask and then they're really excited most of the time.
Yeah, I'm way excited. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, me on the cast? Let's go. So
Yeah.
it's good to be here.
I have
I'm surprised anyone even had questions, honestly. It's a lot
Oh,
more questions than I
we have
anticipated.
so many questions. So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, okay, so I have like a list of names at this point that I want to have on the cast at some point, and
Okay.
so like your name's been on there for a few months actually, and it's like a little like notepad I have. I just like write down names because if I don't write them down, then I'll just completely forget about some people. So anyway,
Dude,
yeah,
that's
you
how I am like everything in life. I'm just like, that's
yeah
a great idea. In like the next 5 minutes, I'm like, fuck, what was that?
completely forgotten. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Oh, it's good. It's
it
good to be here.
it's cool to finally the time has arrived now finally. So let's just start right into it. Who are you, Mofo? Who are
Who
you?
am I? Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know. Most people probably know me from emotes on Twitch, honestly. They
Okay.
probably have never watched my stream. I guarantee like a lot of your chat right now watching is like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, why is he on your cast right now?
If you just
And then
type, I feel like if you just typed in the Twitch chat, people would instantly recognize you, even if they don't think they know you. I feel like
probably
seeing your name is like very familiar. Like, I don't know. At least that's what I'd
because
see
my
from
name
my
is like
viewers.
I used to have what's it called? The Twitch Turbo thing. Like change your chat color to like more than just a basic one. So I made like super bright pink just to make it like stand out more than usual. And then I don't have Turbo anymore, and I just kept it because I couldn't pick that color. But now like it's just my color that's been on there for years and years. So people like know me as that bright pink color.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Wait, so after you've
stands
had
out.
turbo and you change your color, does it stay that way when you lose turbo? As long as you don't
For
change
me,
it
it
again?
has.
Okay.
I had it like forever ago, like years and years. I've been on Twitch for like 8.5 years now. So
Damn. So what
been a
what
while.
what got you to Twitch initially?
Well, the thing is, when Old School first came out, February 2013, I played on day one. So
Okay.
people
And
were like, "Hey, there's this thing you can like stream your progress," and I'm like, "That's cool. Let me do that." So I just started streaming like the second week, like first week of the game, like just forever ago.
wait, you were
And
streaming, not watching it.
yeah, I was streaming.
Oh
My name
shit.
was RuneScape Mofo with no spaces. There's a command in my chat. You type in exclamation point unicorn. You can see a screenshot of me getting 99 cooking on stream wearing a unicorn mask. And it's like the old Twitch UI and everything. So
Damn.
I just did that and it was just fun. Like just streaming people on there. And people like, because I was grinding for 99 fletching. Some people know this already. It's like the weirdest flex, but I was the 20th to 99 fletching in old school. And I was streaming it because I was like, why not? So they had a big drop party and had like 100 viewers second week of the game. I'm like, this is sick.
That's fucking
So
awesome. See, that was when the game was like in its purest form, where
yeah,
99s were still respectable and
yeah, dude. Back then, this tells you how old, like how long ago this was. Back then, the 2007 Scape Reddit was still good. So like that says enough. So
yeah.
I would like talk to like Scott Wilson on there and like Zulu and like all these different people on the subreddit. I'm like, this is sick. All these people like browse it at work, and now it's just like, well,
Huge.
you know what it is. It's a
Yeah.
shit show. So back
It's
then that was pretty cool.
it's funny because like I'll hear it's always like the back and forth like, "Oh, Reddit sucks." And then like, "Oh, Twitter sucks." Like they'll say that on Reddit.
Dude, I
It's
know. I
like
love that. It's
they
so
like they
funny.
both suck, honestly. Like there's I don't know. They both have their
Like the
pros
thing
and
is, like on
cons.
Twitter, you can like follow or block or whatever to anyone you want.
That's
Just kind of
true.
curate your own feed where it's like only good positive posts, which is how my Twitter feed is, which is, ideal. So like, like, oh man, all this negativity. I mean, today with all the fucking HD stuff, it's a bunch of negativity, but
Yeah, I woke up to
honestly, it's
that.
deserved. So, but then
What
on Reddit, it's just like whoever is uploading everything, and then the average Reddit mindset is just kind of,
that's true.
1250 total. So
If, yeah,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
no. So actually, I kind of want to. I guess it's a hot topic right now. What are your opinions on the whole HD thing? So I just briefly read the news post. I'll tell you my opinions, but what do you think?
What do I think about the HG stuff? Let's go right into the spicy topics.
Well, here, let me
as
also
far
pull it
as
up just on my end,
yeah,
just so people that haven't heard yet can kind of.
true, yeah, it's a good point.
Um, so I'll just read like the last part, which kind of like sums it up. But basically they say we'd appreciate it if you could reply to this message. They're talking to like the HD developer, and that you intend to comply by shutting down your project. We'd like this reply by 20th September. Getting some Rendy vibes from this, like leaving like a date and everything. Like, you better do this.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, what are your thoughts?
My take on this, like, obviously Jagex as a company wants to have like an image for their game, which makes sense. If you want people like making content and stuff, want it to be like all looking the same, so no one's questioning if it's like a private server or something like that. However, the way they went about it, like waiting over 2 years to be like, hey, shut this down, after they've seen like update after update after update after update. Because like there have been Twitter posts, Reddit posts, all this stuff, which the JMods are always on, whether they comment or not. Like they're looking at that stuff.
Yeah.
And so for them to finally be like, hey, this is about to be released today, let's shut it down after they've worked on it and perfected and everything. It's like, why would you wait until the very last? Like, what a slap in the face, dude.
Yeah.
It's like if they would have saw it like ages ago when it's being worked on, they're like, okay, we don't want to have this. We should talk to them privately and like tell them, hey, don't do this, like they've done in the past, because it happened before with another HD client. Now they're like waiting for this one that's like even better and just more work put into it. And they're like, hey, let's shut it down after it's finalized instead of in the early stages of development. Which of all companies, Jagex should know about early stages of development, because that's what they're always in. So they should let them know beforehand instead of all these endless hours over 2 years of work's put in.
Yeah,
that's where the problem is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I almost feel as though it was already pretty clear. This is just my take on it. I felt like it was already pretty clear that Jagex didn't really want any HD clients.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I would agree. Because like I mentioned just barely, they had a previous HD client a couple years ago.
Yeah. And
they shut that one down too. So I don't know why this one was different.
Yeah. And I don't feel like that would have stopped anybody either from making it. I feel like it's a passion project that, like, obviously the end goal is to have it in the game, obviously. But yeah, I think so. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible and stuff, but I do feel really bad for the HD developer for basically them just saying stop. Like, there's like no other alternative. And I completely agree, like you said, that old school, it would be, I guess I'm seeing like maybe in the future they're like scared of a bunch of different HD clients or something coming out and the whole game is just unrecognizable and stuff, and like people are using different clients and then they can't even go back to the other client, like if anything were to happen, because they're so addicted to these graphics and stuff like that. But the thing that's like so weird is I feel like they're trying to lighten the blow or something by saying, like, we're gonna do this, so you guys need to stop and we're gonna do it. Like, just say, like, that's not coming out for a decade, if it even does. And like, I don't know. I just feel like, why did you even have to say that? Just say like you want old school to retain its old school look. I feel like you trying to do it, like, is just weird. Like, why don't you just let this guy do it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just strange.
That's kind of like how they've been with everything, though. Like with all the RuneLite stuff, like we'll let RuneLite do it first, and then afterward, like we're gonna put all these in the Steam client, and then with HD stuff, like we'll let them do it first. So then, people want this, we'll do it on our side, but they can't do it anymore. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's just like you said, I do feel bad for the developer, 100%.
Yeah.
So
it's just tough
like, things like that.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, I don't want to just judge too early on, because there are reasons for this, that they're not just out to fucking get somebody. There's
I feel like a lot of people
like
forget that part. Like, they're a business trying to like make as much money as possible. It's like the end goal of any business, really.
Yep.
Like with limitations, obviously, but as far as if the HD client brought more players back, like obviously they would want more people to do that, even though it's not the base game graphics. If it meant more players, then sure. Now, if it's like, a botting client that's not really players and they're like, oh, membership and stuff, that's a little different story. But as far as like just changing the graphics, I don't think they'd necessarily be like, well, this is not okay. Yeah. So there's definitely something else that we don't really see as a player level. So there's just different things people forget to take into consideration.
Yeah.
I just hope there's not like backlash, people targeting JMod specifically like they always do, because that shit is the most infuriating thing to see.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, you guys need to do this and that. And it's like,
kind of
it's
cringe.
Not just one person's thing. So
yeah, we'll have to see I feel like they'll change their stance slightly, but I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of backlash, but Jagex isn't always given to backlash unless it's from Reddit.
So I'm a little unfamiliar with what the HD client looks like. Is it like the 2008 graphics, or is it completely just different graphics that we haven't seen before?
From what I've seen, it's completely different. I know like even Matt K was streaming with it. A few of my friends were streaming with it. Other people in the category were streaming with it. So like, okay. I saw it. I've never been a fan of HD graphics.
Me neither. That's the other thing that makes me, I guess, less biased is like I haven't been looking forward to this for years or whatever.
I had zero intention on using it, but it's still like the waste of time for the developer is what is bothering me the most about the situation, because I was never going to play it just because I like the old school look.
And the other thing,
not even like,
no,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I just don't see the harm in it. But then that's me at a player level looking at this thing for like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, there's nothing harmful about this. Why are you stopping it? But like, again, I don't know the full details and stuff. So that's what kind of bothers me is like, I don't see any harm in it. And it's like we're living in a day and age where like things are just changing. Like everyone uses RuneLight. That would have been something that, like just we have a community driven game and stuff. So like I just feel like this isn't that big of a deal and it's just like whatever. But I don't know the whole story.
I would agree with that. Like for me, I just like the old school graphics, not even because of like nostalgia. Because like I said, I've been playing this since day one, and it's like I just like the look of the game. People are like, oh, it looks so shit. I'm like, well, depends on like what you're comparing it to. If you're comparing it to like some brand new, 17th generation game, like sure, I guess you could argue it looks bad, but
the other thing,
I just think it has its own little charm.
I just relate it to like the quest helper, for example. Of course, there's purists that are like, no, like you're tainting the game. It's like, dude, we just live in this time now where it's like you have a fucking quest helper that just does the quest for you, basically, and you have all these other plugins that just do things for you. It's like you can't stop it. This is just, I don't know. I feel like this HC thing is almost just like you can't stop it. Just let it be, But
yeah,
who knows?
Dude, I think the quest helper thing being allowed and some other things not being allowed is like the funniest thing.
It's really weird. You know what really bothers me? And this isn't really like a plugin thing, but I despise that there are still NPCs that you have to right click to pickpocket.
Dude,
what is the fucking point of that? Like, it seriously bothers me so much. And I'm also 5 times the rate of a blood shard right now, so that's like another thing. It's just
I was gonna say, last time I saw the cast, you were
I still haven't gotten one, dude.
Yeah,
literally over 25,000 since my last shard.
I was watching in the living room with Qneeks, my roommate, and we're like just watching the cast and like talking on our phones and stuff.
That's king shit.
While we're eating some food. It's honestly such a good time. Like I can't even explain how fun it is. But we're like watching, and he's like, "Does he not have a blood shard yet? Like how long has he been doing this?" I'm like, "Dude, I have no idea, but he's definitely here for a reason. He would be doing something he doesn't have to do in this game."
Yeah, it's probably like 40 hours at this point without a blood shard.
That's insane.
That's stupid. So you live with Qneeks now.
Yeah, do you like that segue? I'm such a great guest.
I like it. So let me look at the post by Nunu. She asks, "Do you like your roommate? Be honest."
Is that the only thing she asked?
She probably asked more stuff, but that was like the one tweet I'm looking at. She probably said some other stuff.
Oh, okay, I see it now. Yeah, that's it. That's the only question. Do you like your roommate? Be honest. Well, I made this podcast timing while he's at work, so that way I can say whatever I want. So that being said, I like him a lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, he's really cool. We met. I don't know how long ago we met, dude. Actually, this is like the funniest thing, and I felt like the biggest arrogant douchebag. I'm not even gonna lie. He DM'd me on Twitter ages ago, and he was like, "Hey man, can you make me this emote of Zulrah with like a spoon going into his mouth, like a GIF emote, you know?" I say GIF, not GIF, by the way, for everyone who's gonna be pissed off
Yeah,
about that. I don't
wait,
care.
GIF, right?
Yeah,
Who
GIF.
the fuck says GIF? Like that's like my dad
A
says GIF. I don't think there's any
lot of
like
people say that. And I think Jixie
really.
says it like that, honestly. Yeah.
Oh God, it's
But
clearly
like,
GIF. Okay, anyway.
I don't care either way. I just people get mad at me for it. But he was like, "Hey, can you make me this GIF emote of Zora with like a spoon going in its mouth, like a Zora spoon emote for
Yeah.
Better Twitch TV?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man, for 100%." Then I totally spaced it, and I was like, didn't even look back at the DMs like ever, just because I totally forgot about it. And then he and I like were talking
Oh God.
like I don't know how long ago, a while ago. Then I was like, "Yeah, dude, let me just like add you on Twitter or follow you on Twitter or whatever, and message you on there." So I went to message him, and the DMs pulled up, but I was like, "Oh no, dude, I totally forgot about this request." And he was like, "No, it's okay, it's okay." And I could like tell like
And he
he's
didn't
actually
mention
kind of,
it either, so it's
yeah, he
just like
didn't
this
mention it, and I was like,
unspoken
"Ah,
thing.
dude, I'm sorry." No, actually, I did bring it up to him afterward. I'm like, "Oh, dude, I totally forgot about that email," and he's
Yeah,
like, "No, it's okay." But that's like a funny little thing. I'm like, "Oh, dude,
those
I
things
feel
are
so bad."
painful.
But it's like happens sometimes. Like people ask me for emotes like all the time. And like normally
Yeah,
I get to them like pretty quick. And if I don't, I just forget just because I'm forgetful, that kind of stuff. So it's never like a personal like, no, fuck you, guy. I'm not gonna make your Zulrah emote. It's
yeah,
just
it's
kind of, I just forget about it.
yeah.
But we
I'll
started talking a bit ago. He's on my stream team now. I'm on a team called Base. There's like Tasty, Zoe Pancakes, Qneeks, Phil's Incredible Man, Whale, a bunch of other people who are all really
Elfie. I
awesome.
gotta give a shout out
Awesome.
to Elfie. She's in it, right?
Yeah, Elfie. Yeah,
She's
she started it. I should have
yeah.
mentioned her first, honestly.
Or
I was just thinking of
Elisa.
the people. Yeah, Elisa now.
Yeah.
ELISA. Shout out. But all those people in there, we talk on Discord like quite often. Defy's in there. Monomu's in there. A lot of people I really like and look up to. So
That's
that's a good
awesome.
time. But Qneeks is in there too. And he was like, "Yeah, I live in this 2-bedroom place by myself." Blah, 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 talking about like rent and everything. And I was like wanting to move out of my place. And I'm like, "Do you want to like let me move in the other room?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, man. That'd be fun. Haha." And like later I was like, "No, like really? Do you want me to move in there?" And he's like, "Oh, were you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was serious." So then we just made it happen. So
That's awesome. Do you have
yeah.
plans to have anybody else come? I almost feel like it's a gamer house.
Oh man, that's a good
I
question.
just
We
don't know how
actually
big
have
the place
discussed
is.
it.
You guys just
No, this place we definitely couldn't fit anyone else in here.
mm.
His room's right next to mine. The wall's like super thin. I'm not even gonna lie, but I'm not bothered by it at all. Like when he streams, I can hear him talking. Like when he does his loud yos that he does, like I can hear that super loud.
Yo.
But
I don't
yeah,
even. That was horrible. That was a horrible impression, but yeah, he
no,
does it well.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. No,
But
he
like
nails
I
it.
hear him all the time.
Yeah,
But I
that
have
kind of
discussed
sucks.
with it's not the worst. Like being able to be here and like be myself 100% and like live with someone like-minded and work on things that I want to work on that I'm passionate about. That is
That's cool.
way overweighing someone saying yo every, you know, 10 minutes or
Yeah,
something. So it's fine.
that's awesome.
But I've talked to other people about moving into a streamer house. Not here though, not in Oklahoma. That's where I am now. But somewhere else. I don't want to like say where or with whom, but we've talked about it. Maybe next year sometime. So that'd be cool.
Cool, cool. I've been like thinking. I've been living with my brother for about 2.5 years now, ever since I started streaming,
Yeah.
and it's totally chill. Like I'm ever since like basically day one, I've been able to be completely myself. We're pretty close,
Yeah, that's good.
and so it's just a nice thing to have a roommate. I mean, shit, I could just walk around in my underwear. It's like, I mean, you probably do that with any roommate, but like, it's just I just feel completely in my element living here. So, but I have lived with other roommates and stuff in college and things, so like I know like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I think next year or something, I plan to, I don't know, either live on my own or get a gamer house going or something, gamer apartment.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, like, it's always cool to be with someone like your brother where you can just be yourself 100%. They're not
Yeah,
gonna like judge you or anything like that. But it's another thing to live with someone with that same mindset, but also you can like bounce ideas off of. Be like, hey, I was
Yeah.
thinking about doing this for, like an alert, or like this, like some kind of weird gag on the stream. Like, what do you think? And then like
Yeah.
positive, negative,
cool.
whatever. They can kind of give you some feedback, which is always really cool because like they totally understand. Like if I talk to Qneeks, I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, and having someone who 100% understands what I'm talking about and what I'm going for,
Yeah.
compared to like one of my own brothers who like to watch Twitch too. They're gonna be like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Like they don't really understand everything that goes on behind that. So having that aspect is really nice.
So we've talked about it a little bit. You make emotes. What else do you do? That's in the content creation / digital world.
Yeah, the thing is, like, most people are thinking like, dude, Mofoe like never streams. Why is he on this podcast? It's like we're streamers.
It's not for streamers, by the way. We've had plenty of guests that aren't streamers, but yeah.
That's fair. I mean, to address that topic real fast, I'm gonna stream pretty soon after we I didn't mention this on the cast yet. I'm going on a little trip this week, and after that, it should be starting the streams up regularly afterward.
Hell yeah.
However, to answer your question, I am a video editor. That's a thing people know me for. I am the sole editor for Tasty's RuneScape YouTube channel. So that's fun. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I like his videos. So shout out to fucking Mofoe.
Thanks, man. You know, it's really cool. Guns Chili, I'm sure you've heard the name.
Yeah.
Shout out Tom, legend. He tweeted out the other day, like, I've been watching tons of YouTube videos. Here's one I really enjoyed. And it was the episode 1 of our latest series, the Road to Grandmaster, where Tasty's doing all the different combat achievements in order from easy to Grandmaster.
Yeah.
And he's like tweeted out with like just out of nowhere. And then he was like, the After Effects intro was really clean. I'm a big fan. And I was just like blown away. I was like,
awesome.
holy. I was like, felt like validated for once, I guess. I'm not sure how to explain it, but I was like, just seeing him like tweet that out and having people like comment and say that they agreed and liked it is just a feeling I can't even describe. It's just,
yeah. Is
like, I have major like imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Where like people are like, oh, you're so good at this. And I'm like, no, I'm not, for X, Y, Z reasons. So like having you like have me on the cast is like helping me get out of the imposter syndrome stage, and then having people like that and just different things just helps me feel better about what I do, I guess.
Yeah. Now, I want to ask about the kind of dynamic with Tasty, because Tasty used to edit his own videos and stuff. So
yeah,
what was it like? I guess from you now, like the editor's point of view, like what's it kind of like switching over editors and making it so the actual content creator isn't making the edits? Like, do you almost feel like there's a ton of pressure to make everything right, and you feel like I don't know. I just feel like for me, it would be really stressful to be an editor for somebody that's already edited his own videos, and then it's like, all right, here's what I made, like, look at it, like, do you like it? And then it's just like this awkwardness. But how is that whole relationship with you being the sole editor of somebody else's content? Is it a little stressful, or do you not?
It's a very good question. A lot of people don't even take that into consideration, so it's very insightful of you to even ask. So the thing is, with all of that, you would think it's stressful, but it's actually really enjoyable for me. Like every time I've had an idea that I'm not really sure about if it's good to put in the channel. Well, first of all, I watched like as many of his videos that I could, just kind of like get the feel of how his style is and what people like watching him for. And anybody who watches him knows he's like the super egotistical, like super chat of RuneScape, just telling it how it is kind of videos. Yeah. Just like, here's how to be the best in Cox and tell your teammates that they suck and like all that stuff. Yeah. Obviously in a joking way, but like it's a funny way to watch content. And so I watched it. I'm like, I need to copy the style as much as I can while still like being my own style, I guess. Yeah. And so whenever I have an idea that's like, is this gonna like breach that kind of style he's going for or something like that, I always just like mention it beforehand. It's like, hey, what do you think about this? And he's like, that's good, or it's good, but we can do this instead, kind of thing. But most of the time, like I would say 95% of the time, he's always like, yeah, that's a good idea, let's do that. And so it's been working out that way, which is always really cool. Like I feel like most of the things we have ideas on, like whether he asks me or I ask him, is always on the same page, which is really nice. I even mention that to him like all the time. Like when he's like, oh, we should do this, I'm like, I had the same exact idea. So glad we're on the same page about everything. It just makes it a lot easier. Yeah. As far as like editing goes, there was like in the episode 1 of the combat achievements, like I hate to say it, but I did mess up. I have a wireless headset that has like its own volume controls on it.
Yeah.
And so for whatever reason, like it was either too quiet or too loud. And I thought the music in the video was the volume it normally is for the other videos that I've done. It was like the 13th video or something like that. But it was way too loud. And I didn't realize it when I was editing. And people like were always mentioning it in the comments. And I was like, crap, this is the worst. I'm the worst editor, who's gonna fire me. And I was like feeling really bad. And then I was thinking about it because music's always the last thing I add into the videos, right? It's just I'd put everything in, chop it down, make all the different zooms and different overlays and everything like that. The music's the last thing I put in. And so I always hear the whole video with no music. And I'm like, dude, this is like so nice because he's talking so often. There's a lot of dialogue filling up the dead air. Just like there's never dead air, really.
Yeah.
So I was just like, dude, do I want to just try it with no music? See what people say? And he was like, yeah, sure, go for it. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I did it with no music. And then no negative comments about the music because there wasn't any.
Yeah.
But I just like the vibe of his videos with no music now. It's just kind of just better, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes music can almost like take away from like Casey has a fucking sexy voice, so like, you know, you're just kind of taken away almost with like added music.
Yeah, really, like jokes aside, honestly, that's what happens. It's like with some of the videos I was doing, it was like it made sense to have like background music, and like I just use like the old school music because that's all, you know, copyright free to use as far as videos and stuff like that. They're cool with it. That's another thing is like I have to find copyright free music so we can monetize the videos, which I'm sure you're aware of, like how annoying that is sometimes. But like the RuneScape music is all fair for that.
Yep.
And like there's only so many good songs you can put in the videos, and so like every couple of videos the same songs are just on over and over. I'm like, dude, this is so annoying to use the same shit. So I was like, you know what, dude, let's just try it with no music, and people have liked it so far. So
that's cool. We're
sticking to no music for the time being, at least. But as far as like what you were saying, like if it makes me nervous about editing his stuff, I don't think so, because everything I've decided on like myself, like, hey, we should do this or that, it's been that just works out. It just is a good thing.
That's cool.
So
that seems like a nice partnership then.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy with it. He's happy with it. It's a good time because like I don't want to say like business partners. That sounds like way more official than it really is, but we're like YouTube video partners, I guess. And then also we're just really good friends outside of, you know, streaming and work and stuff. So that's always a fun dynamic. So
yeah. Okay. Let's get into some Twitter topics before we just ramble on. So Mutz asks, you've been part of the OSRS community for a while now. What's something you really like about it? Is there anything you don't like about it, or something we could improve on as a community?
A very good question. Shout out Mutz, insane hardcore player. I've been part of the old school community for a while now, as we discussed, like since day one, which is kind of cringe of me, but you know, let's see. Something I really like about it, I really like how supportive and generous people are when it comes to things that matter most. Like being serious for a minute, because I like joke around and I'm sarcastic like 90% of the time, maybe like 95% of the time, but I'll be serious for a moment. I did a charity stream back on June 18th for suicide awareness and prevention. We raised $10,273.73, smart. And my like highest goal for that stream was $5,000, and like they more than doubled that in 24 hours. And I was just like blown away by just the generosity and people coming together for that. And like even Bodhi rated me. He donated $1,000 himself, and it's just like it's mind blowing. But me aside, like obviously there's tons of other charity streams. Foe did one the same exact day I did, which I didn't realize, but you know, I just did that date for a reason. So
yeah,
just all the different charity streams, even like charity streams aside, like people who are like well known in the community who unfortunately pass away, and you know, it's sad and everything like that. People always come together and they're always really loving and caring for people with those kind of things. And I can't imagine any other gaming community that would be like that in those situations. It just is one of the coolest things to see and be a part of.
Yeah.
Like there was, you know, some recent stuff. I don't really want to go into it on this cast, but I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. And people all came together, and
yeah,
it was just really heartwarming, really.
Yeah.
So that's where it goes from more than just a game to like these are real people we're playing with, interacting with online, and people have feelings, and appreciate that. So
I can't say for like any other gaming community because I'm not a part of any other
mhm.
community, but like with OSRS, there's players that have been playing for years, and the majority of players, I'd assume, have been playing for at least a year or two or a lot more. And so you get like really connected to the community. Whereas like I'm assuming other games, you just it's not a lifestyle, like
Yeah, yeah,
RuneScape's a lifestyle.
yeah,
So
100%.
you definitely get a lot more connected and just I don't know.
Yeah, that makes
That
sense.
is true about what you
I
said.
I'd agree with that. So that's what I really like about it. But to answer your question there, that's always just one of the things that stands out to me as far as this community goes. And then, see, is there anything you don't like about it? Something we could improve on as a community? Oh boy, do I piss off a lot of people right now? Or do I just play it safe and not get canceled?
I don't,
The thing I hate about RuneScape, old school RuneScape, is the elitist mentality a lot of people have about different things in the game.
okay.
That is like the most annoying thing to me. Like if you can do some content, you're good at it, and you just never mess up, never die. You can like flick your prayers perfectly for hours and not mess up. Like that's awesome. Love to watch that. Like I was watching BF Rocket recently do that at Zami and Bandos, and it's like watching him just never mess up. I'm like, this guy's a god.
Yeah.
But if you've watched BF Rocket, and I always like to say people's like Twitch name or RuneScape name for people who don't know who they are, kind
Yeah.
of thing. So like I would call him Jordan, but if I say Jordan, like no one's gonna know
Yeah.
who I'm talking about. You know what I
And
mean?
there's
Like new
multiple
viewers,
Jordans
whatever.
too. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's totally
yeah,
cool.
exactly. Different Jordans. So like, anyway, I was just gonna address that for the rest of the podcast. Um, but BF Rocket, like he's one of the most humble, nicest dudes I've met, and he's like one of my friends, and we chat often, and he's just super nice and wholesome dude, while also being insanely good at the game. And then there's other people, I'm not going to name anyone's name because that's just messed up, obviously, who are also really good at content and things like that. And then they just flame people who are not at that level. And it's just like, okay, I get that you're really good and that's fine and everything, but there's no need to like make people feel bad because not as good at one piece of content as you are. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really understand that mentality, and having that like just huge toxic community just making players not want to even attempt certain pieces of content because they're worried about getting flamed on stream or whatever. It's just the worst. Even like if you're good at the game and like doing that content, you're still getting backseated by people who are even better than you, even though you're really good. Like when you were doing your Inferno PB, oh man, the backseating in that was funny. So
Yeah. No, I personally I don't mind getting backseated that much, mainly because I don't know, I feel like I'm at a higher level than most players, so I probably don't get it as much, so it doesn't bother me as much.
yeah,
But
that's fair.
but I definitely can see where that would be very bothersome. Like when your whole stream is based on like learning the game and like doing things for the
Yeah.
first time, because I fucking played this game for tens of thousands of hours, so I'm not really at that point, but yeah, backseating in general. And yeah, so what would you say is that also something we could improve on as a community then?
As a community, I don't think it's a community thing. I think it's a personal thing
Okay.
for a large section of the community, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like as a community, you can't really do anything about it. We're just like, okay, this is gonna happen. Just suck it up. But like, it's something I wish I wouldn't see as often as I do, especially because I'm like, I have friends along the RuneScape section on every single side of the community. Like I have friends with like for Ultimate Ironman, which I think is like half of that community. And then I have friends with like super high PvM people, HLC players. And then I have friends who were like just learning the game and like first killed Zulrah a couple weeks ago. And like, like just things like that. We've all been at that point where we're like learning the game and everything like that.
Yeah.
So just people flaming people for learning the game. It's like nobody's been playing this game as long as you have. Like people are new to the game.
Yeah.
There's always going to be new players. And if you're just going to like be toxic and mean to them, like no wonder people aren't going to be playing if you're just like always a dickhead. You're just like, oh, dude, you messed up that switch of Zulrah. Oh, why are you standing there? Oh, why are you doing this? And it's like,
and it's
well,
and it's
obviously
always
they're figuring it out.
it's always so much easier in like as the backseater or something to just point out things, especially after they've already happened. It's like,
Yeah.
bruh, like I know I fucked up. You telling me I fucked up, it's like, it's clear, like, obviously, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
like the moment has passed now. Of course I've like learned from it. But you know what's funny is sometimes I think like the knowledge that I have of this game, and just because I remember like the first time I played Ironman, I was camped on the wiki. I just wanted to learn everything. And so, but I remember first playing, and my first goal was to kill skeletal wyverns. Bro, I was
Oh
using
wow.
a fucking god cape ranging wyverns because I didn't know what an Ava's accumulator did. I didn't know what the hell it did, and so I was like, why the hell like would I
That's
wear
so
this
funny.
backpack when it has 0 prayer when I can wear this god cloak that has 1 prayer, you know, like save me prayer. But I'm like I was like a complete fucking noob to so many things, and that's like always the moment I relate back to when I see players that are new and stuff, and I almost feel like they're trolling, you know. You have to be trolling, you know. Like there's no way you're just like wearing a fucking god cloak. But no, I go back to that
Yeah.
moment. I'm like, nah, I was dead serious. I thought that was like the meta.
No, it's funny. I always see like, cute noobs as people call them, like when I'm just running around the game. And like I'll stand there for a second, it's like take it all in, like, wow, this
Yeah,
guy's outfit is something else. And people always love to say like this guy's having more fun than you are. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm having a lot of fun. I still like this game.
it's
I guess
funny
it's
when you
just
do
funny to
the
be like,
opposite approach, and you're like, no, they're fucking hating the game. They're like that meme where like they're really pissed off, but then they have like the smiling mask.
oh
And
yeah.
uh,
It's like crying under their
yeah,
like adamant medium
yeah,
helm. And it's like I don't know. I was just like I don't know, things like that also just makes me like happy to see because like that's what they think is the best in the game. And
hmm
that's just having that mentality of not always being the most efficient player is cool to see. Not that I'm always the most efficient player. Like
yeah.
sometimes when I want to be, I am. But like right now, I'm sitting in Nightmare Zone with my hardcore and chopping fucking redwoods in my main, like I have been for the last 9 fucking months.
I'm literally fishing anglers. Like just sitting here watching my screen.
Yeah, but I don't want to do something like super intensive while I talk to you because I want to focus on the cast, but I also want to
Exactly.
get some gains in. So
Yeah. I feel like
I think as
agility is
far
the
as
best thing. Like a rooftop course is like the most
yeah,
efficient thing for a cask. It's just so brain dead.
rooftops are nice. I just want this beaver, dude. I'm gonna hit 60 mil wood cutting XP during our conversation. Want that stupid beaver. The thing is, when I get the beaver, I'm gonna go insure it, put it in my player in house, and never fucking look
Yep.
at it again. So I don't know why I want it so bad. I just like getting pets.
I was
It'll
so
be like 17 or 18. I don't know.
yeah. No, I was so excited for my hell puppy. Like I got it, and then I was like, okay, that's it. Like I got it. Okay, now
Like sick.
insure it,
Okay,
put it in the
next
house.
grind. Let's
Fine.
go.
I'm just
You wanna?
glad you can actually store them in your house and they walk around because then you can at least see them.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like
I
imagine
love
if
that
you
when I
just
walk into
shoved
my
them in a
house.
closet and like they didn't walk around. It'd be pretty
The
depressing.
funny thing is, I made my player in the house like a super inefficient layout just so I could see my pets.
Oh yeah, so it's
I
like
have
your
like,
house loads in like fucking 20 seconds.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's
Okay.
like, a few ticks, but for some people, that's like the end of the world. So,
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I think that's probably the thing I would backseat most. I just shut my mouth about it, but that's the thing that irks me the most is when people's houses load so slowly. Like they got an upstairs, a downstairs, like
oh yeah, I only have one floor. I just
just
have a 4x4 with each of like the corners not there. If that makes sense, with
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah,
little
yeah, yeah,
2x2 with two on the outside.
yeah.
And then my square in the middle is like all grass. And then I have like the 4 rooms on the outside with my door shut. And then my pet areas like in the middle, so they all walk around in the middle and don't like
Wait, and
leave.
you don't have a like an upstairs or a downstairs?
No, I don't.
Oh, then yours probably loads like the fastest. Unless you accidentally mess something up and it maybe loads like 1 tick slower, but
Yeah, I
not.
mean, they're like I was saying, it's like a few ticks where I could improve, but I don't think it's
Nah, dude.
too much of a
I'm looking.
difference.
I see houses where it's like, bro, you're just sitting there looking at your screen for like genuinely 8 seconds before you enter your house every time, and I see
Like
people
teleport
doing.
the house and like
I
go
see
use the
people doing
bathroom.
corp like that. I'm like, bro, like, oh, this is painful to look at. 'Cause it's just so much time wasted. But I'm very
Yeah,
hyper aware of ticks now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but like,
I think it's both, honestly.
yeah, I don't know. It like makes you a better player. I mean, because that's like what life's about is becoming a really good RuneScape player. But
Oh yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Like
no,
I hope I look back and be like, man, I was good at RuneScape. My kids are gonna be like, Dad, were you good at RuneScape? I'm like, hell yeah. Okay, not really, but first of all, never having kids. Second of all, I'm not good at the game. So like those two
Damn,
things.
you don't want kids?
No, never, dude, never.
I like so I grew up like in kind of a religious household where like you need to have kids
No,
basically.
don't even get me started on that, dude. I'll
Uh,
start getting pissed off. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. No, but I like even with all that propaganda and stuff, like I think I still want kids. I would like to have a little mini me. But then again, it's not like it would be the end of the world. Like I guess I used to think like it would be the end of the world if I couldn't have kids or whatnot. But I will say I have a different point of view where it's like kids seem like such a chore, like just
Yep.
nonstop.
Yeah, it's like a farm run that never stops. You always got to be taking care of it. So I'm good on that.
Yeah.
No, that's not even the reason why. I just never want to get married, just for a few different reasons.
Yeah.
We don't have to go into on the cast, and just
That's fair.
wouldn't want to have a kid and not be married, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
kind of rules that out.
All right. We'll go in order with the Twitter topics on my end. So Lopsy has got a few tweets.
My man, fucking love Lopsy. I'm meeting him too.
Lopsy's a fucking king. Yeah, you guys are. I guess
Oh,
we're.
yeah, I didn't
before.
mention this on the cast yet, did I?
Yeah, mention it. I mean,
Okay,
now,
so yeah, I'll mention it for sure. Whereas there's a lot of us going to the Boris concert in Texas, and I'm leaving tomorrow morning with Qneeks driving down. There's gonna be Lopsy there. It's gonna be Pulos, Thighhead, Whale, Tasty, Krylax, Zoe Pancakes. I feel like I'm missing someone important. Zula's gonna be there. Just a lot of people. Whale, I mentioned Whale, I think, but if not, Whale.
Yeah.
All these people are gonna hang out with, so I'm stoked for that. It's really excited.
That's sick. That seems so exciting. Like
it's like a mini Runed Fest, kind of.
Yeah. Just a little
Just like
reunion.
a little weekend. Yeah.
That
What
seems
did
really
Lopsy say though?
He asks, "How did you start editing, and what role has this played in your life?" And
Okay, I see the
he's got a bunch, but so we'll go quickly through them.
Yeah, for sure. Quickly, wow. What are we trying to say?
Or
No,
not
I'm
quickly,
kidding.
but I mean, I'm okay. Just people watching, like this is like all the topics.
Yeah,
we got a fuck ton. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's go into it. I
How did you
say
start
quickly
editing?
a lot to be fair. Sometimes I'll start a cast.
I
Not
was
even
just kidding.
sometimes, like almost all the time. I'll be like, quickly introduce yourself. I'm like, bro, like this is a fucking Sae Bae Cast. We can go.
I'm just like, oh
forever.
fuck, I'm Mofoe. It's like really fast.
Like,
How
hurry
do
up.
you start editing? What role has this played in your life? I first started editing. Oh man, Windows Movie Maker when I was in high school.
That was the shit. Where you use every filter, like you're using like fucking sepia and like backwards and all this like slow motion shit. Just
like, you know that intro like title thing where it's like the gray background, like the white letters like spin with like the little shiny thing on it. Like if you've seen it,
it's the blue background, right? Like,
dude, I don't
Windows
know.
Movie Maker was always a blue background with white text. I feel like, and it was just like the most basic.
It was like that intro that like would rotate, and it's like, oh, this is the coolest shit. How do they even do this? Technology is insane. So and I used that like just for stuff, but I made Call of Duty videos in high school. That was like my job, was making YouTube videos of Call of Duty. And I had like 800 subs back then, which when I was in high school, I'm not gonna like say how old I am, but it was a long ass time ago. I was making Modern Warfare 2 videos, if that tells you what that time frame was.
That was the best. That was the best Call of Duty.
I agree. There's a question T-Pop asked. We can get into that one later about COD, but I was a huge COD fanboy. I remember I made it into Optic Hex top 10 sniper kills of the week in Modern Warfare 3, and I was like beyond myself. I'm like, this is the coolest thing. Optic Hex sees me. Just like things like that. But that's how I first started editing, to answer this question. And then, just I wanted to like do one thing where I'm like, this would be cool to put in my video. How do I do that? And I just like would YouTube it. Back then, when I was doing those Call of Duty videos, there wasn't like that YouTube tutorial area yet. That was like before my time, LOL. And so I just couldn't figure it out back then. But like more recently, the last couple of years, when I want to do something in editing, I look it up, and then I'm like, okay, this makes sense. So then kind of figure it out. And then from that basic tutorial, I kind of tweak with it and like work with it and kind of see why it works, how it works, and then I can just implement that however I'd like to afterward. that's really nice about YouTube these days. You can kind of look up anything you want and kind of figure it out. As far as the role it's played in my life, it's the majority of my income now is editing videos. So that and streaming is basically my only income now, and like, you know, doing emotes here and there for people.
Yeah.
So big role in my life. Obviously, I really enjoy it. It's like my favorite thing to do. And I don't know, it's just seeing, because like people who watch Stacy's videos, like I would say 99% of them don't know I edit them. They just think he does it all because they don't like think about that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so like I look at the comments and see like all these nice things like, oh dude, your production quality's gone up the last few months, like blah blah, and it's like things like that, and it's just
Damn.
just makes me like happy to see it, and like, oh wow, I'm like having an effect on Casey's videos and also a lot of people who watch them. So that's always like just validating, I guess, like having a job essentially, because it is my job. Not like a 9-to-5 job, but it's my job. So having a job that is fulfilling personally is something that I will take over like money any day.
Yeah.
So like
100%.
I used to be making a lot more at my job before COVID happened, but I'm making a lot less now, but I'm a lot happier now, and I would much rather take the happiness over the pay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Okay.
long answer for that little question, but I just like that question a lot. So
Favorite emote that you've made?
oh dude, this is, hold on a second, let me pull up better Twitch TV real quick.
And then let me see it. You should link it in the Discord, and I'll show it on screen.
Let me link you this real quick, just so you can kind of see every email I have uploaded. These are what I'm going through right now.
Okay, let's take a look.
There's a ton. There's also a lot that are other people uploaded themselves just because I don't have space for it. This is a lot to go through.
I like Mofoe Jam the most. Just
a lot of people like that one. That's just how I am.
Just straight up, straight face with some fucking colors.
Yeah, that's gonna be me at Boris, honestly. Favorite emote I've made. This is tough.
Muted Cool. Muted Cool is fucking S tier.
I didn't make that one.
Oh wait, what?
A lot of the ones in the bottom. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. A lot of the ones in the bottom are just ones I have enabled in my chat.
I see.
Yeah, that one's
so the
Qneeks one.
with the ones without the names below it.
Yeah, yours. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the ones with names below, like Mohard Crazy, River Emote, I made that one. Lopsy Gaming, I made that one. Skate on My Way, made that one. Monkey Nod made that one. But like all the ones on top are the ones I was really looking at right now. Honestly, I think my favorite emote I've made is Will Please, just because it's like so iconic in so many different channels, and it's just like a fun emote. But the main reason it's my favorite is how I made it. It was my first GIF emote I ever made. You can see it's like slot number 1 right there.
Yeah, yeah.
And briefly mentioning what I said before about like YouTube tutorials not being out back when I was first getting into like editing and stuff, I legally acquired Adobe Photoshop back when I was in high school and I couldn't figure it out. I was like, dude, how the fuck do you use this program? It's just so confusing. Like there's just no help online. Just buy it and there it is. And then what I would do is mess around with PowerPoint in class, just like making little animations with like, you know, little dudes like moving around with the custom animation you can do in PowerPoint. So I just use that for everything. And so I never learned how to use Photoshop. I still can't use Photoshop to this day, which might surprise like everyone. But I use PowerPoint to add a lot of stuff. And so Will Please, I took a little clip of him doing that on stream, and then I cropped it to like, you know, the region you need for Better Twitch TV, which is 112.
Yeah.
And then on PowerPoint, I took frame by frame and I deleted the background. And then I put it into like a GIF maker online to like sequence, like you make a sequence of pictures and output it as a GIF. And that's how Will Please was made, was in PowerPoint. So that's why it's my favorite emote, because that's like the one time I did that. And I was like, there's probably a better way to do this. And then I've since changed my ways and used other programs and stuff. But...
So that's really funny because I can completely relate. I'm actually on my BTTV page now. I made a GIF emote, Ely Please, and it's like, for those that know Ely, he was dancing around in a stream, and frame by frame. So I use Gimp when I make my emotes.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, and I just frame by fucking frame erased every pixel in the background, and it was like 80 fucking frames, and it took so long.
That looks
And
good. I can see it now.
you see it?
That's a well done job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that same thing, honestly. I've only done that with one other email, that same method you just did, and that's with Gav Jam. That's Ron Plays Games, his cat. I made a cat jam of his cat where he like sent me a video, and so I just removed the background. Dude, that process took so long. I'll just link it to you real quick.
Oh, I also want to show.
So this one, I did that same method you did, go into Gimp and then frame by frame delete the background. And like honestly, it's kind of soothing. Like when you're just like in the zone, it's doing it.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
No, it
even
is soothing because like you know what you're doing. But if you were to like take a break from the project and like go back, you're like, oh fuck, like where am I?
yeah, it's like, oh man, gotta do all these frames again.
Yeah.
But that was cool. And then I made that one. I shortened it down because Twitch has since made it so you can do like sub GIF emotes if you're a partner. And so obviously Ron Plays Games is a partner. And so he wanted to upload this Gav Jam as his sub emote, but it was too many frames. So I like cut it down to 60 frames and now it's a sub emote. So like that's always cool. His reaction to seeing that for the first time was like one of the most wholesome things. It made me so happy. Like people reacting that way means more than money to me when it comes to like emotes, to seeing how happy it makes them. Like
Yeah.
that's just, I don't know. Like I said, it's a fulfilling thing, and just having someone be happy about the work you did for them just means a lot.
Yeah, no, it's definitely fulfilling. I just want to I'll link you this one. This is the one that Connor Zone or Connor I call literally just call him Connor Zone. That Connor commissioned from me like probably 2 years ago at this point. You can look at that. That was another one where like frame by frame background. That was the first one I ever did, and that was fucking rough. That probably took like 10 hours. I'm not even kidding. That probably took like 10 hours. I had
Dang,
no idea
10
what I was
hours,
doing.
dude.
Because I had no idea what it is. This is the first GIF emote I had ever made. And I'm like, dude, I am lost.
Dude,
So,
Will Please took me like several hours. And like if I made that one today, it would take me like not even close to that long. But it's just funny, like looking back at
yeah.
stuff we've done. But I mean, it's all part of the process of learning and like improving.
Exactly.
If I never like removed those frame by frame in PowerPoint, I wouldn't be making all the different ones I've done. So, and that being said, I've made a lot of shitty emotes. So,
yeah, no, same. Okay, when was the last time you smiled?
last time I smiled, probably a few minutes ago talking to you. Before that, we think,
your 6th birthday.
See, Lopsy's just taking the piss because he like knows that I'm always a straight face like in Mofoe Jam. So
Yeah.
I don't know, like talking to Nick, just like chatting with him in real life, just hanging out with Mr. Qneeks. We have some good times. We don't like see each other too often, honestly, but like when we do, chat, it's always fun. So probably then.
Okay. As one of the most XQCL members of the community, what is your most memorable interactions?
Man. That's a big question. I can't think of that's like, over 8 years of interactions you go through in, 5 seconds. So I can't really think of anything immediately. Let me think for a minute. I mean, the charity stream, that was a huge one.
Yeah.
I had a lot of DMs afterward just saying how grateful they were to have someone in the RuneScape category talk about something that meant so much to them, whether it was like they've personally been going through feeling similarly or like had a close friend or family member or something like that pass away from that. So having the outreach from people just saying how much they were grateful, like that was something that meant a lot to me for sure. I know, like another thing, like this sounds really arrogant to me because like this doesn't happen too often. I'm not gonna make it sound like it happens all the time, but people like recognize me in games sometimes just because my RSN is Mofoe, just like it is on Twitch.
Clean.
And so people are just like, dude, what's up, man? Good to see you. I see you in chats all the time. And it's like, I don't know, that little thing just like makes me happy. I'm like, oh, what's up, man? Like, glad you recognize me. Like, how you doing? Like, I always talk to people in game because I'm not like, oh, I have ticks to not miss right now. I need to go do some XP gaining. But if someone's like, gonna like say hi, I'm definitely gonna take a second and be like, talk to them, ask them like what their Twitch name is and stuff.
Yeah.
And like just get to know them. Like, there's been a lot of people who know me from Will's chat. It's Will, because I used to hang in there like every single night when I was at work, and like obviously made Will Please and a bunch of other just meme stuff in his channel and all those different things. So a lot of people know me from that chat more than any other chat. And so they'd be like to see me the GE, for example, and they'd just be like, "It's Will Pound," and I'm like, "Yo, it's Will Pound back." Like, I don't know, it's like those little interactions in game are just like so minimal for people, but just makes me happy to just interact with people like that.
I think that's where I met you as well. Like the first time I ever saw your name was in a Will stream, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's where I would say 90% of people know me from that one, if they do know me. Which like I'm not well known by any means, but if they do know me, it's probably
I'd
where
argue
it is.
you are well known, at least in the community that I'm involved with. I feel like if I asked like almost anybody, they would know of Mofoe. Not saying on a personal level, but I think they would know of you, especially if they saw your bright pink name.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it just feels very, I don't know, it feels weird to be like, oh yeah, a lot of people know me. But like if I think about it, it's probably accurate.
Yeah.
Just think about how often I'm in Twitch chats. Like my Twitter, like if you go to my Twitter bio, my location is someone's Twitch chat. So I'm just on there a little too much. So
okay,
I like to interact with people. I don't know.
Favorite out of context clip you've made?
Oh, dude, I remember seeing this.
We can watch it.
Oh, dude, it's got to be in Wells chat for sure.
Okay.
Let me look at this.
Let's watch them. So there's 2 of them. Here's the first.
Man, that's actually my favorite shiz, just getting hit from behind. Man.
I'll watch this one.
I can't even watch it right now, so I'm sitting here.
Fucking spaghetti!
I know. It's probably awkward for you, but it's really loud here, so. Okay.
No, it's not awkward. I'm just like, yes, that is funny. Good job, Mofoe.
Okay. So we have a couple other clips loaded up for later, but favorite video. Actually, you know what? We'll just go straight to it so I don't forget. Favorite clip on Twitch. You already have them linked. Let's show them. And I think this one has 35,000 views, dude.
Dude, it's so good.
Okay, let's watch it. For those that haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure most of you have seen it.
Now going to the 3rd tile. I'm going to start off with some L movement. I fucked up there, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to take you guys along the path. Sorry I was slow. I scared myself with my movement.
And Keto's dead.
My apologies.
You killed everyone.
Fuck, dude, I did. I thought I knew how to move in this game.
Equal's alive. He's dead.
Everyone had already died
that,
like the first
chat saw. Chat saw, for sure.
I fucked up there. It's okay. It's like, no, it's not. It's not okay.
And then the last clip by BF Rocket.
I wish I had one of those. Dude, once I get the blowpipe, I can start Zulrah. I wish I had one of those.
All right. Jesus Christ. These are like some throwbacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite video you've edited?
Oh man. I would say there's 2 favorite ones. One's like a super old school one that I made for Sick Nerd. Just like a meme, 100% meme video. Oh fuck, no, there's 3 now, sorry. It's called Sick Bane. If you just YouTube Sick Bane, it pulls up. It's his back when he was like, I'm pretty sure every guy's tried their own fucking cum, blah blah, copy pasta, he said. And then I just like skewed the audio to sound like it's coming from like a speaker kind of thing, like in a big speaker. Then I overlaid it on top of the Bane speech of the football field.
I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, if you just watch it.
I wonder what my words taste like, so I had a little taste, alright? Don't fucking judge me, dude. I bet you half of you fuckers did it, man.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god.
That was a fun one.
3.5 years ago.
Yeah. There's
Damn.
This one I just linked to you on Discord. This is a second favorite one. And the third one I'm not going to play just because it's like a full video, but...
Yeah.
You guys know the show Extreme Makeover Home Edition? No? Alright, well, never mind. Okay, so you guys know Extreme Makeover Home Edition? How about Extreme Makeover Dome Edition? And it's about, teaching dudes how to suck dick.
Jesus Christ.
I wish I could do a makeover.
It's about the right reaction to that.
Sorry. That's so stupid.
Good shit. Good shit.
That one's over now?
Yeah. You're
right,
just
cool.
waiting in silence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it took me longer to find those clips of those guys sitting there with no reactions than it did to actually edit the video. I was like looking forever. But those two are my two favorite. And then third favorite is a Tasty video. It's when he does grand exchange begging IRL when he goes to the mall and he's like trying to ask people for like doubling money and stuff. The video itself didn't get as many views as we had hoped, but I like put tons of different like edits in there, like overhead, like a skull and stuff like that. I put a PMod crown on some security guy and just like a lot of overlaying text when he's talking, like in a RuneScape font, just like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That was super fun to edit just because of all the like actual
It's not
like, overlay
RuneScape, it's like
edits.
IRL and stuff.
Yeah, just like it let me be more creative than usual. So those three are my favorite ones for sure.
Okay. Are there any other editors you look up to or watch their work to get ideas to edit?
See, this is an interesting question. This might surprise a lot of people, especially other people who edit videos, whether it's for themselves or others. To answer the second part, to get ideas to edit, I actually try to avoid other video editors who are kind of similar, or avoid other videos rather who have similar videos to the ones that Tasty and I make, just because I don't want to like subconsciously be taking something from them, which I know people are like, oh, like, great artist steal or whatever that phrase is, but I just don't want to like, just be like, oh, I'm just ripping this guy off, because that'll just upset people because they think I'm just like taking their content kind of thing. Like I do know, for example, Solo Mission obviously is a huge YouTuber. A lot of people know him. He also has a combat achievement series right now too, and I just don't want to watch it because I don't want to like take something from his for our combat achievement series, just because I don't know, it just seems like something I want to avoid, even though I do want to see his video and watch it, just because his editing style is very different. I don't want to be copying it, basically.
I can see
But
that.
as far as the first part of the question, are there any other editors you look up to? I mean, goes without saying, Guns Chili definitely is one to look up to. I don't mind watching his videos because his editing and just like storyline is way different than mine is. So like it's so
and
far.
It's not the same content like of
exactly. It's like watching his intros for his, where it's like just all the different bosses for that video just edited in such a insane way, which is like nice to look at as well. Just not like overly done, but just tastefully done. No pun intended. Then like that's just like really fun to watch, and like just seeing like what he does. I'm like, man, how does he do that? I have no idea like where to even start. Like that's just fun. So he's one of them for sure. I think he's really the only one. Like other people I like to watch aren't really like editors, the more just video makers, like Settled, for example, like Swamp Athletics series. Like it's just really well done, but it's not like a ton of editing. Like there's tons of editing obviously, because like all of his overlays and everything makes it look really crisp and clear.
Like there's not that much editing almost. That's
exactly.
That's like the real art in it.
That's how I like to do mine, is just like crisp and having people not realize what I'm doing to make it look that nice. So like other editors, as far as like Guns Chili editing, that's like one where it's obvious and apparent. But as far as just clean editing, I don't really have people look up to, because like you just said, you don't really notice it, so it's hard to look up people like that, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me.
Okay, the last two things he asks are, what streamers are your influences at the moment, and then favorite RS streamer at the moment?
Man, that's a big question. I watch so many streams, as I've already mentioned a couple times, so it's hard to like narrow it down. what streamers my influences at the moment? Honestly, Idol is one of them.
Idol
_
Yep.
Just because the way he is like so energetic and positive. Obviously, you know, you've been streaming for a while. You know, not every single day you're feeling super optimistic and energetic, but he always brings that to the table when he does stream. And then more so like just the way he does all of his like alerts and transitions and everything. Like that's what I am trying to implement more in my stream.
Yep.
And not that I'm gonna like copy him. It's like I just said I don't hate copying people because it just makes me feel like scummy. But like,
dude, just straight up copy him. Like just do it, dude.
Yeah, it's like every time someone subs, like my camera like zoom in and rotate with the same exact song.
Same shit, except be straight face, so it's completely different.
Oh yeah, that's where the difference lies, is the straight face. No, but like his transition stuff really good. T-Papa Slice is another one. I'm naming like smaller streamers just because I typically like to hang out in smaller chats.
No, they're both
interactive.
I love T-Papa Slice as well. Like they both have.
Yeah.
They're both so unique.
Yeah, I really hope 2022 pops off for both of them. And I've talked to T-Papa Slice a ton off stream, and he has some stuff up his sleeve soon that I'm not gonna even mention, but I can say I'm very much looking forward to it. And so if those two guys just continue on their paths and like finding what really works for them, I definitely see a ton of success for them.
Yeah.
But
absolutely,
those two guys, I like them a lot. They're my influences. Favorite art streamer in general. Another loaded question. That's like I'm like think of every single person I watch, and there's just so many people.
Yeah.
I think Sae Bae is pretty cool. No, I'm kidding.
Damn, you're kidding? Jesus Christ, that was brutal. All right.
Yeah, that guy sucks. Have you seen him? No, I'm kidding.
I don't watch his streams. I'll never fucking watch that guy's streams.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But favorite RuneScape streamer in general. I mean, Whale. Obviously, I love Whale. I first watched him from a Will raid. Man, those two names are so hard to say differently.
Yeah. It was like Alfie and Alfie. Anytime anybody would ever say Alfie, I just thought they were saying Alfie.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, the opposite way, vice versa.
Dude, even having that problem is like part of the problem, but rebrand is good for Lisa. So when Will first rated Whale, like ages ago, he was like 5-year Randy, I want to say. Like it was very beginning.
Yep.
And typically I like to watch smaller streamers, typically not like that small, because I kind of feel like guilty when I have to leave. And I'm like, oh man,
that's like the worst.
So much of their chat is gone, but obviously I want to like help support them and get them to be like out of that little area. It's so hard to like break that number. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
the cool thing with Whale is like he's chill enough to like probably not have even cared.
Like, he doesn't care when I leave anyway. Let's be honest.
Exactly. So it's Whale, but like I totally understand that pressure of like, fuck.
Like,
now I'm here.
Leaving?
Now I can't be an asshole. I gotta stay.
Yeah. I watched him like forever ago, and just like I was like, dude, this guy's like fun to watch, but he has like so few viewers. Like that's odd. You know what I mean? And then now he's like pulling over 100 like every stream with just doing literally whatever.
Yep.
Like he was a Blast Furnace like last, I want to say 2 or 3 streams with like tons of viewers while I was chilling. And he's like on an ultimate Ironman, world hopping, buying mithril ore and making play bodies and alchemy them, and everyone's having a good time. So like it takes.
He's built up a beautiful community.
Yeah, his community is like just one of the best, and even Lopsy and Sekon mentioned it in the last cast, like how good his community is.
Yep.
And just like seeing him making anything entertaining, like that takes a lot of talent, and not everyone can do that. I know I couldn't do that. Like if you see me at Blast Furnace, like I'm gonna like be streaming to my mom and my grandma. You know what I mean? So having all those people like hanging out and having a good time just is really cool. So probably Whale, favorite RuneScape streamer right now.
That's good. Whale's a fucking
if I wanted to shout out every single RuneScape streamer I like that's gonna take like half an hour. So
yeah, that's fine. We'll do it at the end.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anyway, Ignoble Solid has a few questions. There's so many repeat questions and things that are very similar, so we might start skipping a few that I think that we'll cover later, more in depth.
Yeah, that's fine.
But so you play RuneScape, right?
Yeah. Sometimes.
So what are your OSRS goals? And for those that don't know, like, do you play a main? Do you play an Ironman? What do you do?
So I have a main that's maxed with an Infernal Cape. 1KC, by the way, wasn't purchased. It was on the stream, LOL. But I have that account. I'm just pet hunting that account right now. I was going for the beaver pet. And I was like, you know what, dude, this would be a lot more fun if I had like an Ironman to play while I'm chopping this tree. And then I have some other AFK pets I can do. So let's play this Ironman until I get those done. That'll take like a few months, then I'll be good. And then I'm sitting at this fucking redwood tree, almost 60 mil XP now, while playing the hardcore. So my hardcore is 1755 total now. I need 6 farming levels and 4 hunter levels to have all the Song of the Elves requirements. Then I want to go do Corrupted Gauntlet. And I'm either going to finish Corrupted Gauntlet with 2 enhanced seeds, so I can make the Bofa and the blade, or I'm going to die there. And if I die, I'm not going to remake. So, like, I'm just going to do a ton of Gauntlet. So, because, like, I don't know. I'm just more of a completionist when it comes to RuneScape. Like, on my main, I'm in Totus, the completionist clan, if you guys don't know what that is. And just, like, I'm like a collection log, like hunter, like hardcore, but I like to finish bosses.
You're a collection log.
Like
Andy.
I went. What was that?
I'm sorry. You're a collection log, Andy. You meant some other term, but no.
To an extent, yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm just an Andy.
Continue.
But I finished Hydra. I got the pet, the jar, everything, and I was missing the Hydra tail. I didn't have that yet.
Damn.
So I was like, man, I got to go back for the tail, like as a main. Like, how shitty was that? So I'm back and did it, and then I did a few bingos where I had to go back to Hydra anyway because my teammates didn't have 95 Slayer. So I was like, well, guess I'll go back here. But what I like to do is when I finish a boss, I like to have like a clean multiple of 100 KC.
Ooh,
I'm gonna do like all my bosses. And actually, I don't know if you know this. If you look at my clue count on the main, you might like those. I don't know, since you're a clue guy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, look it up. I dare you.
I did. Oh, wait. Oh, I had you under. Wait, you were an Ironman first?
Yeah, we can talk about that after.
That is weird because I looked you up on Iron. I was like, okay, you've done 72 clues, but you're ranked 0 in everything. Like that was confusing as fuck.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that's clean.
We can talk about that after.
600 beginners, 500 easies, 1,000 masters, 400 hards,
1,000 mediums.
Yeah.
I wish I had 1,000 masters.
Oh, did I say masters? Oh, sorry. 1,000
Yeah.
mediums, 400 hard, 200 lead, 300 master. Beautiful.
3,000 total. I'm just gonna stack up a bunch of masters now until I get 100. Then I can open them all. I'll get the Bloodhound. But yeah, that's like even numbers on my account. It's just kind of a weird thing. Like I have 1,800 Hydra, 1,100 Sire, 1,200 Cerberus, 5,500 Kraken. No pet, by the way.
You have 131 Hespori? No. You got to round that shit up and then never do it again.
I need to fix that one.
I hate Hespori. I never do.
Me too. I don't have the farming pet though. I'm only.
Me neither.
That's the wrong account. I was looking at my hardcore. I'm only 35.5 mil XP. So
the crazy thing is, rip Sayalo, by the way. His account got hacked and stuff, but he was the first Iron Man to 200 mil farming, and he did not get a group pet.
Dang, that sucks.
That's fucking rough.
One of my friends, Titus Furious, he's rank 11 for mains for farming. That was pretty cool.
Does he have a pet? Oh, I guess there probably wasn't even pets back then. Was there?
I don't know. It was a while ago. It was a couple years ago. But he's cool. Shout out him. I don't think he's gonna watch this, but if he does, then so
just link him a timestamp where you talk.
Yeah, like here you go. Free shout out.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my goals. Sorry, I just went over my 2 accounts. My goals.
That's
well,
true.
I guess I kind of.
Well, you said you were a completionist ish. Yeah.
I'm just going for pets right now. I'm going for the Beaver pet and then the Rift Guardian, the Rune Crafting pet after. And then that's like the only AFK skills I have left. I might just, I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Whatever differences you've noticed with like mains and irons, like now that you kind of, well, I guess you technically started off as a main. Apparently you de-iron. Let's just cover it right now if you feel comfortable. I don't know what the reason was.
Why I de-ironed?
Yeah. Why did you de-iron initially on your like?
Oh man. Yeah. I'm gonna get canceled now. Let's go.
Okay. You were okay. So for context, he was 88 combat, 1569 total level with 72 clue scrolls done. Maybe some bosses, but they're all cleared because this is probably a while ago.
Yeah, this is a long time ago. I got a Questscape on the Ironman at 85 combat. Damn. That was before Monkey Man Stew, so it was a little easier, but it's still doable. But I was shit at the game back then, still am. So 85 combat Questscape back then was pretty cool for me. I was like, this is really fun. My first quest cape. I had a different main before that account that I would play as well, but that account got permanently banned.
Oh, shit.
Not for real world trading, but for botting Zulrah before they nerfed the drop table.
Jesus
And
Christ.
yeah, that's kind of like info that's been out for a while, and like people are gonna be gasping in chat like, "What? Not Mofoe? No way! How did he do that?"
Yeah. Now you're
But I mean,
canceled.
there was a huge Reddit thread about it ages ago, and like, you know, this was like in 2015, so like a long ass time ago. So I didn't really care about the game back then. Like I was doing it to trade for real life money. I'm not even gonna lie, but I would never do that now. I'm way different mindset now
Yeah.
than I did back then. 'Cause that was like 6 years ago. But that is why I did it back then. Just full disclosure, like this is the Sae Bae Cast. This isn't the say nice things to have people like you cast. So that is what happened. And my main got unbanned because I appealed it, and Jagus was like, okay. And then my bank was still on there, and I'm like, you guys are so stupid for not clearing my bank. But that's a different story. But that account's name is now ZulrahBot89. So
Damn.
that is fun. And I had my main account now, Mofoe, the one that's in game. This was my Ironman back because I de-ironed it when my main got permanently banned. So I've just played this one ever since, and I don't play my old main anymore, obviously, because it's, you know,
tainted.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
But this Mofoe account now has never done anything like that, and then my hardcore obviously has not done anything like that either. Never will. So that was just the time in my life where I was just like cared more about real life than the game.
Yeah.
Now I don't. So
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. But just some stuff was going on.
Different priorities.
Yeah. But that is not who I am now, and I'm sure most people would obviously know that. So
Yeah. No, I think it's really cringe to look at people's pasts as them now, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I would agree.
People move on, people change, people, you know.
Anyway. I always love that. People are like, oh wow, you're not the same person as you used to be. That's sad. And then like, oh wow, you like move on and improve. That's sad. It's like, okay, like
I miss old Mofoe. You ever heard that? Just like,
yeah. Dude, in Will's chat, people say all the time, I miss old Will.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
So I know it's a meme and all, but like, damn. Like, obviously there's good parts and stuff because people say that to me. It's like, I miss old Sae Bae. I'm like, damn. Like, shit, I kind of miss old Sae Bae too. Back when I didn't have as much like fucking depression stuff.
Yeah, I miss old Mofoe too. Like when I was 15 and just chilling, drinking Mountain Dew and playing COD and tournaments. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, Ignoble Solid also asks, favorite late night snack. Then he says, why is it Qneeks?
Man, okay, I haven't streamed since I moved here. Just because I have like a ton of stuff I'm changing. I want to improve it for the stream just because I care about production quality a ton and don't want to like, you know, restart, I guess, and not have it be exactly how I want it to be, if that makes sense.
It's fair.
But anyway, I've been in his chat, obviously, a ton. Qneeks' chat, I mean. And people are always just sexualizing us living together. And like, I know Ignoble's kidding, everyone else is kidding. I'm just like, man, just like, stop.
Yeah.
But favorite late night snack other than my roommate, because that's a given. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Real talk. Favorite midnight snack or late night
favorite late night snack. It used to be In-N-Out when I was living in Utah. In-N-Out is just super good.
Fucking bomb. We don't
like
have
late
it
night, get a Neapolitan shake at like 1 a.m. with like a double animal style. It's just like hits a spot.
But I don't really like their fries though. I'd always just get
dude,
like
their fries are ass, dude. Everyone like likes their fries. I'm like, you're just lying to yourself so you can give you an excuse to go back to In-N-Out.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why they're like there's literally people that say they have the best fries. I'm like, is that the only place you've ever been to? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, literally. Like, have you been anywhere else?
Yeah.
No, but McDonald's also hits a spot. People like hate on McDonald's, but I'm like, dude,
McDonald's doesn't miss. I mentioned this in another cast. Like, McDonald's is like the most what's the word? Consistent. Like,
yeah, it's super consistent.
Yeah.
Getting like a caramel frap, dude, or just like an ice cream sundae with like a McDouble.
Nah,
I don't
I
know.
don't even really get the ice cream. I used to get dipped cones back when I was living
Dude.
at home.
They had those when I was living in Hawaii, and my buddy and I, because he had a car and I didn't, I just took the bus,
Yeah.
and I was working like a super good paying job with like no bills out there, so I had like tons of money to play with, which is not good for how young I was. But my friend would take me around to McDonald's like literally every single night, and then I would like pay for his cone, give him like a couple bucks for gas, and then he would just drive me around. It was like hang out like almost every single night, and it's like he would text me and he's like dip cone question mark. And I'm like, you already know, let's
Dude,
go.
the best thing about a dipped cone is like if you actually like went into McDonald's and they gave you it like right after they pour like the chocolate coating on it or like they dip it,
Oh
you know?
yeah.
Like when it's still kind of warm, just take that first huge bite and like the chocolate's still kind of warm and then you get that nice cold layer.
Melts in your mouth
Because that
instantly.
shit hardens like almost instantly. So you just got to take a
yeah.
huge bite like right away.
So good.
Oh,
Man, I
that
wish I'd
shit's
bring those
crack.
back.
Yeah, dude, they just don't sell them anymore, right? Or something. I haven't seen them in so long. They just have like
I don't
normal
think so. I
cones.
think they just stopped it.
That shit was delicious.
Dude, now I want one. I want to like go find an alternative.
Yeah. Now I'm more of a fan of like, so I love their large Coke, like just $1 Coke, and McDonald's Coke is like unbelievable.
Dude, their Coke and their Sprite both are just like,
Yeah, their Sprite
I don't
just
know what it
fucking hits the
is.
spot. No, I know what it is. Just extra sugar, extra carbonation, extra sugar. They claim it's like, oh, they're barrels, they're steel barrels. Like, shut the fuck up. You just put more sugar in it.
well, now I know what it is. So
Yeah.
GG McDonald's. I'll make my own Sprite at home.
Okay. Secon asks, I don't understand this, but he says, what do you think about Casey's hot tub? What's the meme behind that?
Dude, that was so long ago. I can't even remember how that started. I do know I edited a picture. Man, I can't even find it if I look because it was like years ago. If I look through all my media on Twitter.
Yeah.
I edited a picture of a bunch of us like in a hot tub. I'm pretty sure that's what he's referring to. And Casey, I don't know if you know what Casey looks like because I don't. So I just
I do. Well, I've seen a picture of his face. There's like it's an emote or something.
No way.
Yeah, there's a picture of his face.
So I just took a picture of like some super ripped guy in a hot tub and it's like put his little like K logo over the head. And I'm like, yeah, this is Casey. And then Casey was like, I'm glad you got my physique right. And I was
Okay,
just like,
listen. I want to ask this. So, I don't think I've ever asked this really. But what do you think of streamers that like don't have face cams? Like, do you almost have like this picture of like what they look like in your head? Like, I'm a pretty imaginary or imaginative person where I can like I think of Hey Jace. I've never seen him. Apparently, he's been to RuneFest and people have seen him, but I've never seen him.
it's like a mythical creature.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember
I saw the
Zarik.
Jace.
Zarik posted this picture, just some
Yep,
random
I saw
black
that.
guy at a cafe. He's like I found a Chase. I'm like, oh my god.
And then everyone was like, dude, he said not to leak that picture.
No, this is the funniest thing ever. But no, but like I have this almost like this. Obviously, Jace has like his little like blurry ass Jace face emote, so I can kind of imagine it a little bit better. But like Casey, before I saw that picture, I had something completely different in my mind, and I thought he was just like this like fucking 7 foot tall, just like 300-pound, just fucking machine, just tank. And yeah, I don't think that's.
And you were right.
Yeah, and I was exactly right when I met him. Yeah, no.
Um,
But I guess I just kind of brought that up because I don't know. What do you think? Like, do you think of what people look like when they don't ever show themselves? Do you think?
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a good thing?
100%.
Do you think that's like a good thing? Like almost like something that keeps like viewers. I don't know. It's almost like you're not giving them everything. It's like you're teasing them almost. Like you never
little
actually
tease
show
from
yourself.
Jace.
I remember when
no,
Zulu, dude, when Zulu.
No, I was
finally-
just gonna mention that.
Oh yeah,
Zulu.
go ahead.
I watched Zulu before he had a face cam,
Yeah.
and like his voice does not match his face at all, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it didn't. That is not what I expected at all.
But I was just like, dude, no way, this is Zulu. Not that it was like a bad thing necessarily. It was just like just not what I was expecting. But I was like, sick. But like, I know he was super nervous about using the camera. I used to watch Sick Nerd before he had a camera, like
Damn.
ages ago. Like, I'm curious now. Let me go check his chat. one moment. I have a screenshot somewhere on my computer where I asked him how much he loves me 1 to 99, and then he said 200 mil, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so nice. Let's see. Follow age RuneScape Mofo. RuneScape Mofo has been following Sick Nerd for 7 years, 5 months.
Damn.
Man. So a long ass time watching him. Shout out Sick Nerd. But I used to watch him before cam. I'm like, dude, what's this gonna look like? Because he had his old like Sick Nerd like cartoon drawing with his thumbs pointed out, with his glasses on.
Yep.
And I was just like, this guy's like probably some super Chad. It's like super handsome. Gets all the ladies. And then he turned his camera on, and I was like, fucking knew it, dude. So
it's funny because like sometimes I look at like I'll even think of I remember thinking like I wonder what Link's Titan looks like, or like I don't know, there's always like this thing where like I'll look at RuneScape names and people that are super high ranked or have a super high boss case. Whenever I think of like a PvMer that has like a bunch, like I think of Jacobs.
Dude, shout out Jacobs.
Guy with like 120,000 fucking kills. I just imagine like some total like gym rat that just like fucking PVMs all day and just fucking pumps iron. I'm like, damn, this guy's just fucking jacked. I can already imagine.
Dude, I think.
And then skillers, I just imagine they're like the smartest people ever. Like the people that go for ranks are like super intellectuals and shit like that, and they're also like just 7 feet tall. Like that Legends Arts profile picture, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Chad.
I think for me, like just being brutally honest here, because like I said, this is a Sae Bae Cast, not the Say Nice Things cast. I think my view of the person changes how I think of them if I don't know what they look like. It's like if I like them, like, oh, this person's like super Chad, chiseled jaw, has like a 10-pack, like he never skips the gym. And then if it's like someone I don't like, I'm like, this person's like 1,700 pounds, like hasn't shaved his face in like 7 years, like, just like chat's like, what the fuck, Buff? That's so mean.
No, but that's just kind of like that's like human nature almost to imagine that.
Yeah. So I used to work in call centers, dude. I don't know if you've ever worked in one.
Oh yeah.
I would always imagine them like on the phone, like how they're talking to me is how they are.
Yep.
Like some lady's like ripping into me. I was like, all right, you're just like some lady was like wearing her robe with like her hair like curling, whatever they're fucking called. I don't know. I haven't dated the girl in so long. I forgot what they're called, but it's curling, like the roller things, just like that.
Yeah,
so
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like
in her kitchen, just like yelling at me.
Old lady hair. Like,
shut up, Kathy. Yeah. But that's always just funny.
No, it's interesting.
But that being said, I am glad that Sick Nerd and Zulu started using their cameras, just because like at first both of them were super self-conscious about how they looked, but like no one really cares how you look.
Yeah.
Like they just want to like see you and like be more, it's more personalized, more personal, and like you can see how they're acting and see their reactions. Unless you're me, then I don't react to anything, so I should turn my camera off. But it's just more like, what's the word I'm thinking of? I can't think of it. Just more direct.
It's more personable. Like you almost just feel connected with them more.
Like that being said, like I said, Whales, one of my favorite streamers, he used a camera one time and it was like 3 frames a second. Hasn't used it since.
Yeah, I remember.
He just likes it without the camera, and I like to stream without the camera. So
and that's totally like shit. If you can pull that off, like,
dude,
I see Hey
dream,
Jace.
honestly.
I'm like, dude, I've streamed a few times with no cam like years ago. That shit was chill.
Yeah,
like, I almost like wish I could pull that off because like just fucking gaming. Like you just be in your underwear. Like the Sae Bae, like right now I'm in my fucking underwear. Like this is my element right now. Yeah, I'm just in my underwear with a blanket over me.
Can you turn your Discord camera on? No, I'm kidding.
It's been on this whole time. You've not been watching?
Oh, dude.
I always share my cam to my guests. But like this is like my fucking element, wake up, don't shower, just have some fucking underwear and a blanket around me, like I'm chilling.
Dude, I woke up at like at like midnight, I'm not gonna lie. And then I took a shower like right then. And then I took a little nap before the cast just so I could be like, wide awake and
fresh,
more energetic and refreshed. Yeah. So I'm just chilling here, gym shorts, t-shirt. So
Yeah. No, but I don't know. That was kind of a long tangent, but I didn't
Dude,
even have
I
any
always do
point
that.
to.
I always go on tangents.
Yeah.
I mean, does there have to be a point for our conversations?
No. Okay. How do you recognize? This is Secon again. How do you recognize you might be in a slump or down mood? What do you do to try to influence it the other direction?
Great question, Sakan. I've dealt with that feeling before in the past, 100%. Like even to, like the most extremes and as far as you can really go in that mindset.
Yeah.
And having been in like a negative mindset before, whether it's temporary or like months on end, where I just feel like why for every single thing. How I recognize I'm being in that is like the smallest things will really bother me or upset me, just like things that would not bug me usually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's when I'm like, okay, this isn't going well. Like just like the smallest things, I'm like, man, my DoorDash driver like forgot a spoon, and like I just like I'm so upset, which like sounds dumb, but like when you're in that mental state, it's just like
Everything
can't
pisses
really-
you off.
yeah, you can't really help it. You're just like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
this is the worst day of my life. But I don't know, like figuring out like first of all, like acknowledging that you're in that mindset, or like starting to lean that way is the hardest part when you're not like used to that feeling, I feel like. And then getting out of that's the tough part. I still haven't even figured out how that is. I just like to like checking on friends, like not necessarily like tell them like how I'm feeling, because I'm really bad at being like, yo, Sae Bae, I'm like feeling super down, like talk to me, because I feel like I'm more of like a burden at that point, which I'm sure everyone feels that way, even though it's not true at all.
Yeah.
But that's just human nature to feel that way.
Yeah.
I just like to see how they're doing, because like seeing how they're doing and everything like that just helps me feel better, just knowing that my friends are doing okay. So that kind of is where my starting point is. But I don't know, it's such a deep question, which is like all a really good question. I just don't have that good of an answer for it.
Yeah. I would just say if I was asked, like, I feel like the best thing is just go. I know it sounds like cliche, but it's like go outside, go for a walk or something. It like completely clears my head. And it's hard to do sometimes when you're in that spot, because all you want to do is just fucking like go to sleep or something, or just not do anything. But if you can find like some sort of inclination to go outside, like just any little motivation, I feel like just going for a walk is essential. And but this is kind of like a side thing, but I've lived in a bunch of different places, like in the States, and every time I move to a new place, I almost have to initially, like it's almost a thing I just do is I mark out like a path I can walk almost instant, like almost the day I move in, I will go for like a walk or something. And just because what I don't want to have happen is like me never go outside when I move to a new place, and then like all of a sudden like I'm in that slump and I want to go for a walk, but it's like, okay, I'm too unfamiliar, like this is not the time to do it. And so like I think the best thing is getting that kind of familiarity with like knowing your surroundings and feeling comfortable, like just going outside and stuff. So that's just like my 2 cents on the thing. I think walks are just super fucking huge.
Yeah. Excuse me. What I like to do is, so I'm a big fan of food. I'm a little chubby boy over here.
I'm a huge
but
fan
I like
of food
to
as well.
I like to go to like someplace I really like to like just sit down and eat food. Whether like you can like go to a fast food place, even just sit down inside instead of drive through, and just like order your food and just like sit there and just like check it out, just take everything in, kind of thing. Just chill on your phone, even just look at the people around you, kind of
just don't be in a rush. Almost just
just kind of appreciate life for what it is in that moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like if you're sitting at home looking at your computer or on your phone, just only have the internet available to you, you're not going to really have the best things to influence you in that moment. So having more of an outside like visual, I guess, I'm not sure how to explain what I'm trying to say, but having it's more of an outside influence rather than just you in your room lying in bed on your phone. And like I just mentioned, and you mentioned, it's hard to even get out of your room and out of bed in the first place. So
Yeah.
obviously it's different for every single person. I'm a big advocate for talking about how you're feeling, though, even though it's really hard to, just because a lot
Yeah.
of people don't. And then
I think you just have to be like close with somebody. Like you have to have, I don't know, a meaningful friendship, and just because I have a few friends that I can talk to and I feel very comfortable with, like, luckily. But people
Yeah.
that don't feel like they have anybody, I can only imagine how like hard that is.
yeah,
Because it probably does feel like you're a burden.
yeah,
What's really nice is like when you connect with somebody, like, I'll just give a shout out to Secon because he's the one asking as well. Like, I can feel very comfortable calling him on Discord and just talking about whatever, because he also goes through similar things. So like we can
Yeah.
relate to each other, and we can both like rely on each other, like, So
yeah. That's always good. I have that same friendship with Jixie.
that's
Shout
awesome.
out Jixie.
Shout out. Okay, Qneeks, the man in fucking self, asks. He has a bunch of things, but I guess we kind of already covered this. He said any good fast food restaurants. I mean, he said In-N-Out. Like In-N-Out's like the go-to, but like, do you have a favorite?
He's asking this specifically because there's a place here called Freddy's. Have you been there?
Yeah. I've been to a Freddy's before. Well, I think
I've been to
probably
the
like 3
one
or
by
4
me.
times.
No, we don't have Freddy's in Utah, and I've lived like in tons of different states, like Hawaii, California, Utah, Georgia,
Yeah.
Ohio, but like nowhere had Freddy's before. So I went to Freddy's. Like, oh, I'm sure it's just another burger place, but dude, Freddy's, I'm gonna say it. People are gonna hate me in chat right now. Freddy's is better than In-N-Out.
No.
Yes.
No. Okay, listen.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, Freddy's is just fucking Steak and Shake.
Okay, Steak and Shake sucks ass. Freddy's is
They're
bomb.
the same place. Okay, Freddy's is a little bit higher quality, but they're the same fucking place.
Yeah, RuneScape and RS3 are the exact same too.
No. Okay, like I said, Freddy's is the more quality version. The Steak and Shake's gone downhill big time. But they're the same fucking, like, okay, if you're comparing everything, like, yeah, like Freddy's has better fries than In-N-Out. It
Yes.
might have better shakes, but like, bruh, In-N-Out's burgers is just better than Freddy's. Freddy's is just too, I know they're like steak burgers. It's too fucking greasy though. Like, it's really good if you're in a super greasy mood, like just like, damn, I just want to eat anything. But like, I guess In-N-Out's also pretty damn greasy, but I
Yeah,
don't
they're
know,
way
dude.
greasy too. I think for me, it might be, I'll admit, it might be the novelty of having it be like a new thing for
It
me and
has
having
to
In-N-Out
be.
so many times.
Yeah.
But I've had like In-N-Out like in California, like where it's like, it's hometown, home
Yeah.
place. And like, I don't know, just the Freddy's is pretty good.
See, I think fucking Whataburger is one of the best places. Like,
Really?
the Monterey Melt, that shit. So I lived in Texas for a while, and yeah, it's kind of like a novelty though. It's like, it was kind of like Bluebell ice cream as well. Bluebell ice cream was like my favorite thing. Now I have it all. Well, I don't have it all the time anymore, but when I moved out here, I could just have it whenever because it's at grocery stores. But it's that novelty, man.
Yeah. We went to Whataburger twice so far because they don't have those in Utah either. And like, it was good. Like, it wasn't
It
like,
depends what you get, because like if you just get a normal burger, if it's just like, the fucking triple or whatever the hell, like it's just,
yeah, I had like a regular double.
it's like yeah, it's average. Are there Monterey Melts where you guys are?
I don't know. I know they have like some kind of patty melt. I didn't really look at it though.
Yeah, so I think it might just be a Texas thing that the Monterey Melt is at. That thing is fucking S tier. It is unbelievably delicious.
Okay. Well, I'm sure Qneeks is gonna watch this, so
Yeah, no,
when
the
you hear
Monterey
this, we
Melt,
need to go
it
try
might be a
one if they have
Texas.
it.
It might be a Texas thing because there's a Whataburger like 2 hours away from us that I haven't.
Well, I mean, if it is a Texas thing, I'm gonna be there like tomorrow. So
Dude, get the Monterey Melt. I promise you, that is the best fucking fast food burger I've ever had.
I wonder if Whale is gonna agree too.
It's fucking delicious. Wait, is Whale from Texas?
He's in Texas, yeah. I'm not gonna say where,
Yeah.
but he's in Texas.
Okay. I think anybody can agree with me. Monterey Melt just fucking slaps. Anyway. Qneeks also says, I've heard you've got something new to add to the stream when you come back. Anything you'd like to leak?
Oh man, Qneeks, come on, dude. Yeah, I can leak something.
Okay.
So normally, when I streamed before I moved, I had a camera and my SM7B mic, and that was it. I have since added a second camera and a
fuck.
wireless mic.
Oh shit.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Get
Also,
excited,
I like
boys.
to edit stuff and I like to make alerts and stuff. So I've been spending some time on some alerts and editing. So it should be good if it all works out, which it should, because I'm a perfectionist, which is kind of like a curse too. But you know.
Okay. A cold one asks, outside of OSRS, what do you enjoy?
Oh man, what a question! Like, is there anything else outside of old school?
Not really. Life, I guess, but that's pretty dull.
No, he said outside of old school.
Oh,
No, kidding.
you're pulling the fucking reversey on me. Okay.
I like Formula One. That's really fun to watch. I'm a big Max Verstappen fan, and I'm assuming anybody in the chat who likes Formula One knows that Bottas just switched from Mercedes and George Russell took his spot. I'm really excited to see that duo in Mercedes, even though I'm not a Lewis Hamilton fan. And then I want to see what Bottas can do at Alfa Romeo next year. So that's going to be exciting. I just like watching the races in general. There's always like fast pace and hype and stuff. So I like Formula One, and I like Call of Duty, as we've discussed. And you know, T Papa Slice has a question about Call of Duty. We should just go over that right now. What do you think?
Let's do it. Let me find it.
Yeah, I like first person shooter games, mostly Call of Duty. Like, let's see. I feel like Modern Warfare 3, there were a ton of like just shit Call of Duties that were just trash, and I stopped playing for a long time. And then last January, they had a Modern Warfare, like the multiplayer version came out, and that was like felt like the old school COD feeling again, which is really fun. I played a shit out of that. And then Warzone came out, and that was super fun. I wasn't the best at Warzone, but it was still like fun and enjoyable. And then this newer one, I think it was like Black Ops came out. I didn't even play it because it looked like shit, but there's the new Call of Duty Vanguard coming out soon that is looking pretty good so far. Obviously, there's not much on it, but that's looking pretty good.
Damn. Yeah, I kind of I miss the old days, like in high school, when I could just go over to my friend was pretty well off, and he had a theater room in his house, and we just fucking play Call of Duty all night, and we just eat candy, drink soda, eat fucking pizza, and just game.
Yep.
Like,
those are the days.
That was.
I grew up on PlayStation and not Xbox. I never like had like those Halo nights people have, but I had similar nights with COD. So I used to. It's just funny to admit. I used to. I had like one of those projection TVs, like you know the big screen TVs that are like just projection TVs that are just big and boxy.
Yeah, those fucking things that weigh like 3 tons.
Yes,
yep.
Those ones.
They're so bad. Like when you look at them now,
they're
like,
so
Jesus.
bad.
They were like the coolest thing though at the time.
I had one of those in my room, and we didn't have any internet in my house when I was in high school. So I put my PlayStation on my windowsill so I can get the neighbor's Wi-Fi
Barely
signal.
Like one fucking bar.
Yeah, and they had it unsecured, so I would like
Hell
tap
yeah.
into their Wi-Fi. Cause it was like an elderly couple.
Yeah.
And I would play like game battles tournaments on my neighbor's Wi-Fi, and like we would win. And I was our team sniper. I always loved sniping. So I had like this huge projection TV, and I was like snipe people because I could like see everyone because the pixels were like massive on those old projection TVs, and I would just own people. It was like the most fun I ever had. And then like sometimes they'd be like using the internet or something and like make my connection bad, and like tell my teammates like, hey guys, I can't practice today, my internet's not too good.
So my dad had this rule where like he would turn off the internet at 10 p.m.
Oh man.
So he'd just turn off the Wi-Fi. And growing up, I didn't have a phone, so
yeah.
And I was too embarrassed. I don't know why I was so fucking embarrassed about it, but I was embarrassed to tell people that I had like a limit with Wi-Fi at home. And so I had an iPod Touch that I would text people with. I didn't actually have a phone.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to fucking always make up some excuse as to why like I couldn't like text them past 10, because that's like prime fucking time to text girls, you know.
Oh yeah,
But,
100%.
like, goddamn. And so there was this one time, it just reminded me of the windowsill thing. Like, if you went right up into the corner of my room and you stood up in the top of the ceiling, you could get a 1 bar. And so I would just stand there for like hours. It's like fucking Michael Scott watching his plasma screen TV, just fucking standing there. And I would just text people like past 10 on the neighbor's Wi-Fi.
That's so funny.
It's just like I would just fucking stand there with my phone up there. I was just like, Jesus Christ! Like, if anybody were to like watch like the lengths we go to just to fucking get some internet.
It is true. It is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's just funny how like if there's a will, there's a way. Almost like kids are like you will find a way to get internet access. You know, like
Yeah.
nobody can fucking stop you. Like you will get your internet if you need it.
That is funny. When I stopped streaming in 2013 because I moved to Hawaii, and we didn't have like a landline there because the landlord was super cheap. But I used my phone hotspot to play RuneScape on my computer, which obviously a cell phone hotspot in 2013, 2014 isn't the best connection.
Yeah.
So I was playing RuneScape and I like wanted to try to get a fire cape. I'm like, I'm a beast now at this game. I'm so good. I'm gonna get a fire cape. And the connection was so bad that when Jad spawned, I just died before I even did an animation just because the connection was so bad. And I was like, I'll get him next time. It's okay. That's like never tried it until I moved away from Hawaii. And I was like, man, this was so funny.
T Papa asks, best Call of Duty in recent memory. Fave COD multiplayer game mode. Did you ever get a nuke in Call of Duty 4? If they say you don't miss, please post Call of Duty accuracy statistics screenshot. Thank you. Okay.
Man, T Papa Slice is so funny. Just like the way he like describes stuff is so just his own style. It's funny. Best Call of Duty recent memory. Recent memory. My memory is really good. T Papa, what are you trying to say? I would say my favorite Call of Duty ever is Modern Warfare 2. Even like with the noob tubes and everything, just like the quick scoping with intervention, FMJ, sleight of hand pro. That's like the peak of sniping in any game, in my opinion. That was just so good. And that was like the first one I actually like did tournaments and stuff with. So it was just kind of like iconic to me. Favorite COD multiplayer game mode, either Search and Destroy, just because that's like just super competitive, or Free for All. That's just kind of, you win based on your own skill, which was most of the time when I was playing Free for All back then. I was like disgustingly good. Not that it's something to brag about because it's kind of pathetic.
Nah,
but
that's pretty fucking badass.
there was what I would do. This is so scummy of me, but I would figure out, because like I knew the spawns and like all the free for alls. Like if you play Free for All for a long time, you just figure out where all the spawn points are. I would figure out where you could have a spawn point be in your line of sight from like across the map, so you can just like snipe people when they spawn. And I found I think it was Modern Warfare 3 on Dome. If you guys know what that map is, like on the.
I never played Modern Warfare 3.
There's just like this place like in the right side of the map was like a little garage. You spawn in the back corner, but you could like stand like right below this ledge and like point your gun, like even like an SMG, like an AR, like back in the corner. And like even though you were that close, the game would still consider you out of the spawn range.
Yeah.
And then people would spawn like right in front of you, like when you're
Headshot.
ADS. So you're just like shoot them like over and over. And I made a YouTube video about it at like 100K views. And then
Damn.
YouTube like took it down for like, violating their terms of service. And I was like, for what? What is this violating? But that was just like so funny to do that. And then there was another free for all map where I would sit like on the top of like this little ledge with a sniper like pointing down through the window of this other place that would hit like someone's head when they spawn in. I'd like point at it. It was like super cheesy gameplay, but it was just like, it wasn't fun to like kill people that way. It was more fun to like rig the game in your favor. That's like the fun part for me. Does that make sense? Yeah. Not so much killing them in a cheesy way, but being able to do that. That was just, I don't know, it was just funny.
Yeah.
I was definitely not very liked back then. Actually, it is crazy. Like I said, I used to do YouTube videos back then. I only had like 800 subs, like I mentioned, but one time in a lobby, this kid was like, yo, Mofoe cake. dude, I watch your videos. And I was like so blown
Damn.
away. And I was like, there's no way this kid is recognizing you from YouTube. What the heck? Because like obviously the player base back then was insanely
yeah.
massive. And having like 800 subs, having some dude like run into me in a lobby, I was like, no way. That's crazy. And then, did you ever get a nuke in COD 4? I never played COD 4 in its prime, so no, I did not. I got tons of nukes in Modern Warfare 2, though. I had a little emblem for having, what is it, like 10 or 25, one of those two. If you get the nuke so many times, you get like a little spinning emblem of like the nuke logo. I'd always rock that.
Oh, dang.
So,
Yeah, I was kind of newbie. Like I wasn't new. I was actually pretty decent at Call of Duty, but like I didn't play like that much. I would just play at my friend's house. And
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
So
Just with the homies.
Yeah, I didn't really get too like I didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have known what that symbol meant.
Yeah, I was super try hard in that game. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I was
Man,
super
why did I
addicted
say
to
that?
Guitar
You know,
Hero.
this is gonna be on Twitch.
I was super addicted to Guitar Hero at the time. Like Guitar Hero and Call of Duty.
Oh,
Guitar
dude,
Hero was
yes.
my thing. Like none of my friends could beat me. I was fucking unstoppable.
Which Guitar Hero was your first one?
3. So I played
Man.
1. I played Guitar Hero 1 at my friend's house. Like super fucking like.
Did you ever play Guitar Hero 2?
Yeah, I actually really like Guitar Hero 2. The only issue is that they were all covers.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like picky about that. Like I didn't like that they were all covers. And on top of that, the main game I played was Guitar Hero 3. So switching to Guitar Hero 2 was like you had to have insane accuracy with like hammer-ons and stuff, which
Yeah.
I was not fucking used to. Like with Guitar
Dude.
Hero 3, if there's a hammer-on coming, you can just fucking hold the fret down until it arrives. But like Guitar Hero 2, you got to fucking hit that pinpoint.
Yeah. There was a Jordan on Expert on Guitar Hero
Yep.
2. I could never beat that, dude.
That was
the one
Yeah.
I tried so many times I could not.
Yeah, that was probably the hardest. That was harder than Through the Fire and Flames, because it was just you had to be pinpoint accurate on everything, or else you fucked it up and the whole thing would just fail.
I think I did the Fire and Flames like one time, and then I never tried after that. I was just like, fuck this. I'm done. I did it.
The only song,
But I never did Jordan.
the only song that so Guitar Hero 3, going back to Guitar Hero 3, because Guitar Hero 2 I just didn't have enough practice on for most of it. But I 5-starred every single song on Guitar Hero 3, even Through the Fire and Flame. Not gold starred, but just 5-starred. Except for The Way It Ends. It was one of the bonus tracks, like right next to Through the Fire and Flames. And it was the fucking song. It was like the rhythm to that song was so unbelievably annoying and painful.
What song was it?
The Way It Ends. That's what it was called. It's
I don't
like
think I played that one.
it's like this song where it's like you're doing this triple fret thing, like you're like strumming 3 times, like triplet, you know, and then it would do like this fucking weird ass like chord or whatever, and the whole thing was just painful. Like it would hurt your fucking fingers to play, and there was no rhythm to it. Like the whole song is just this jumbled mess of just random names.
Dude, yeah, all of them that had like no rhythm are just so annoying.
Yeah, that one was the most painful.
Did you ever play Clips at Dover? That one was so fun.
Dude, I literally was getting on the verge of gold starring that song.
Dude, that song was just like
I would spend
that was like such a good combo of like a good song and like a fun song and
just
also a hard
fun.
song.
Yeah, just fun. Like you're just gliding through it.
Yeah, like your fingers just like like you're just gliding across, like you said.
Yeah, I
So
would
good.
I would spend so many days after school. Like I'm not even kidding. I think I would basically get 6-hour logged on Guitar Hero 3. Like I'd come home from school, get back at like 3:30 or something, and I would literally play until like 10 at night, and I would just practice one song. I had an obsession. I'd literally be on practice like the whole fucking day, just like practicing parts until I get it right. Like I was that guy, you know.
Remember, I got
Yeah, go ahead.
Guitar Hero 2 for Christmas in high school, and like it was during Christmas break, obviously. So I remember between Christmas Day and the end of Christmas break, I went from like never playing before to beating every song on Expert, just
That's
grinding it every
insane.
single day. Just like it was so fun, dude. And then I remember I did every single song 5 stars on hard to get like whatever dumb guitar unlock you get, and I was like, yes. Even now that I think
Yes.
about it, I've always been like a kind of a completionist. Like
Yeah.
in Call of Duty, you have like all these different challenges you can do, and I'd always do all of them, even though I never like some of them sucked to do, but I still did them. Like the Dragon of Sniper challenges, that one sucked. Dude, that sniper's trash. But
So
anyway, like I did that one. Guitar Hero challenges, all of them.
So I kind of want to ask, you're a beast at Call of Duty. You were clearly a beast at Guitar Hero. What do you think about your skill and talent on OSRS PvM wise?
Good question. I feel like there's some content where I'm good at, and then other content where I'm just dog shit. So like overall, I'd say I'm still bad. I first did DKs in Trailblazer League. I have like my 1 KC for each for the Elite Diary on the main, which is maxed. And then I never went back because I always did DK task at the lighthouse with a cannon.
Yeah.
And then when combat achievements came out, because I was planning on doing them eventually just for the pets, when I got to the pets, but like I just like doing content like one piece at a time. So like when the combat achievements came out, I'm like, man, let's go fucking do these DKs now. Like so annoying. So then I did like all the tasks for the hard diary. And then it was like, okay, go do God of War now. I'm like, okay, fuck this. I'm not doing combat achievements anymore. Because same thing, I said to 1 KCs for each of the diary, And then like Wilderness Pet, same thing. I had like 1 KC of each. I have to go get like 50 KC, whatever it is now. So I'm just like, you know what? Combat achievements can wait.
Combat
like,
achievements is
content.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fun. Like it's really like, it pushes me like want to do better and do different things for sure. It's just like so much to do at once, and it's kind of just annoying.
It's overwhelming, dude. Like day one, I just remember looking through it. I already had a bunch of shit because I am an Ironman, so I've just done every boss.
Yeah, that's a thing.
So that really helped out. But like, dude, I'm just looking at that, and I was like, where the fuck do I even start? I just went to Barrows. Like first thing, I was like, I just have to do this because I'm streaming. But like, I didn't even know where to start. There's just so much shit going on. And then like you look at some of the tasks, and it's just like, I'll never be able to do that. Like, fuck that. Like, this isn't even worth it. Like, I was looking, like, seriously, the don't lose a prayer point at Fight Caves. I'm like, bro, that is just tedious as fuck. Like just reading that, I was like, oh god, like I'm never going for. Oh my god, somebody just got a fucking Ellie in my clan.
Oh shit, grats.
Why did I just type Ellie? What the hell's wrong with me? I typed grats. I literally just typed Ellie.
Dude, I used to do a ton of court masses. I have 850 KC, mostly from court masses. And that's like a ton because like, you hardly ever get the kill just because like they're fun and just chill. This one dude I saw got an Ellie and the pet in the same drop. And I was like, there's no way that just happened.
Damn.
I just typed in the chat. I was like, OMG. That's just like all I said. That was crazy.
I've never seen a fucking Ellie drop in. Wow, he's 800 KC, of course. Spoon.
Yeah, I don't have any sigils my 850 KC, so that's a little unfortunate, but I just want the pet anyway.
I have two pets. I have 2 core pets. Fuck.
Dang. You're like the Defy of pets.
Yeah, well, not quite the Defy. Maybe a little like, I didn't get 2 in 150. Dude, I still
like,
find that
guy.
I
Dude,
find that
so
unbelievable.
Spooned. Dude, I was watching the first one live, and I was like, there's no way that has happened. It's like, obviously, you're grinding the boss for the item, but like when it happens so early, so obviously it's never expected. People are like, oh, I wasn't expecting it. Like, well, no shit. Like, you get a drop. Like, I was expecting the Magic Fang on 89 KC, and it just happened. So obviously that was going to happen. But seeing that happen so soon, I was like, dude, there's no way.
2 Ellies is insane.
Yeah, the second one, I'm like, okay, this is a joke. Back to if I'm good at old school or not. Like, overall PvM, I would say I'm not. But like there's some PvM where I'm like really good. Like Zulrah, I used to do Zulrah on stream, and I would do like, the green screen plugin you can do on Runelite. And then I would just like make the green black, so like the whole screen is blacked out. And then I would just like kill Zulrah on a black screen.
Yeah.
Just doing it that way just because it's so just the same thing over and over. Not that Zulrah is like hard by any means, but just being good at it to an extent to be able to do that, I think is not very common. Maybe it is. I did 113 Inferno and Trailblazer. Didn't get the pet, by the way. LOL. Every single one was on.
You did 113.
Yeah.
And you didn't get the Nibbler.
Yeah.
That's fucked. So now you're just fucked over for other leagues, like because you can't have that pet following you.
Well, that was the main goal, was to get that. Then I was gonna, because I was dragon rank like the whole time, and I'm like, I'm gonna get the pet real quick, go back to keeping up my dragon rank, and then it got to the point where I was like, okay, I can keep dragon rank or I can go get the pet. Like, which one's it gonna be? So I'm like, I'm gonna get the pet, and then I didn't get either. So I was like, okay.
Fucked, dude. What
That
was
being
there?
said,
Was there
though-
boosted rates on pets there or no?
No, there's not.
Okay.
But you could like pick your task for Slayer. So I was 113, well, 112 on task, and then 113 capes traded in. So
That's insane.
didn't get it. I was just like, dude, there's no way. And then, yeah, what I was gonna say though is even with like 113, I don't think I'm good at Inferno, just because I was like super cheese, like 2-tick crystal bow with crystal armor.
Yeah.
So it was pretty easy. Plus, I had the what's it called? So long ago, it was the one like where your attacks would like restore your prayer, and so I just like had my prayers on the entire time, just protecting
chilling.
from magic and eagle eye on just the whole time. So as far as like main game, I did a main game cape like 2 months after Trailblazer, and I died on like wave like 60 something just from a dumb mistake. And I was like, yep, I'm still trash at this.
Yeah.
So,
No, I mean that's like, I mean I still fucking die at. I'm not saying I'm good at the Inferno, but like I feel like I'm pretty good at the game, and I plank at Inferno all the time still. So it just, I feel like it's like content based. Like you just put in enough time on any piece of content, you get really good at it. It's like you with Zulrah. It's like,
yeah, I just want the magma mutagen, and I don't have it yet. That's the only reason I'm still killing it. But these kills are legit, by the way. They're not a bot, just in case you're wondering. So don't worry about that. But as far as like Inferno goes, people are like, oh man, you must be like so good at Inferno because you have 113. I'm like, not really. Like it was way easier in Trailblazer. Like I learned a lot about how to like off tick stuff and different solves or waves I didn't know before, and just things like that. I did the Z step on whatever wave it is for 2 rangers, 1 major.
baller.
That was sick. That one, when I did that, like I did it first try, and I was like, that is such a cool way to solve this. I would never have ever guessed without looking at the Weedy Raids like text-based guide thing. Like whoever figured that out, like props to you, because that's some big brain stuff. Like after I did it, I'm like, okay, I see why this makes sense, but I would never have figured that out myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The man Tasty himself asks, what's one question you want someone to ask you for this cast?
Man, that's such a, I don't even know. I did see that question because, like I said, the people I follow like pops up my phone, so I saw some questions beforehand because I tried to not look at them. But I was like thinking about that one. I'm like, I don't even know what that question would be.
When you were first asked to be on the Sae Bae Cast, what is something like? I guess I'm trying to expand on his thing, but like, what is something that you were excited to talk about? We've probably already covered it, but what is something that you never told anybody? How about that? Your deepest, darkest secret. Tell us.
I haven't told them that for a reason. But when you first asked me to be on the cast, my first question was, why do I deserve to be on the cast? Like looking at all the other people on the cast, like you had Foe recently, you had Rendy, BF Rocket, like all these just like super talented people, and almost like, why me? You know what I mean? And not like as a pity thing, more of like a thinking to myself why you would want me on your cast, because obviously there should be a reason, and I didn't see the reason. So I was trying to think to myself, like, what have I done to make him want me to talk about myself? You know what I mean? And like, not like in an arrogant way, more of like a looking inward kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, what have I even done? And so I was talking to a few friends. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm up to par with these other guests, like all those different things like that. Like, I'm just another chatter on Twitch. Like, I don't know why he wants me. And then people was like, kind of, I don't know. Like, it sounds weird to say it myself, and my friend said it, so it sounds better. But they were just like trying to say how much I've influenced tons of different chats and just streams and that kind of thing, just by you know, just being positive in chats, like whatever memes and dumb stuff I've made over the years, and just
I think it comes back to that imposter syndrome. And I know it's not
yeah,
with like editing,
that's
but just like you don't see your value hardly. And like I don't feel like I struggle with it as much as others do, but I definitely like sometimes I go live and I'm like, I'm using the same fucking gimmicks, the same boring ass stream, the same boring ass me that I live with because I'm literally myself. Like, you know, I go live and I'm like, then I end stream and I'm still with myself like 24/7 my entire life. So it's just sometimes I just like
yeah.
don't feel like I'm just like, why do people? I don't know.
No,
Sometimes I
you.
question. I'm just like, do people actually like value like what I have to offer? You know?
Yeah. So to Tacey's question, the question I don't want someone to ask me is why I should be on the cast. And my answer to that, it sounds super cheesy and cliche, is like you were just saying, like, I have something to bring to the table. And I feel like everyone does in their own way. And I feel like people should be able to think about what they do for people, whether it's like as a friend or other content creators or just anything at all. And just kind of like realize that you have more value than you think, because everyone has somewhat a little bit of imposter syndrome. And like, I was going to answer Zoe's question later. One thing that you miss at that you wish you don't.
Yeah, let me find
And
it real quick.
my answer to that one is the same one to this one that Tacey's asking. And that's being able to realize that people like me and they're genuine about it. That's always been tough for me to realize. We'll get super serious for a second, if that's cool.
Yeah.
When my best friend passed away, that's what the charity stream was for in June. That's the day he passed away, was June 18th, 2 years ago. And I had a big friends group with him, like 10 different people I'd always hang out with. But we'd only hang out with them like when he was there. Like I wouldn't hang out with him by myself, you know what I mean? And when he passed away, the whole friends group was kind of just went away. Like,
Damn.
I realized I wasn't really their friend. I was only my friend's friend, and they were friends with him, and I was just kind of there. And how I first noticed that was his wife, her birthday was like 2 weeks after he passed away, and they had like a big party for her birthday, which if that was me, I would not be in the state of mind to have a fucking birthday party, but that's a different story. But they had a big old party for her birthday, and like they invited everyone except for me. And I saw the party on like Snapchat story, like Instagram and everything like that. And I was just like, man, this sucks.
Damn.
Like the one time I need like my friends to be around is like the moment I realized that they're not really my friends. And so ever since then, I've had like a problem like thinking if someone actually cares about me, just because I thought they did for so many years and they didn't. So the one thing I miss at that I wish I didn't is accepting that people can like me. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like if someone's just like said something nice to me, I just feel like, you know, what are they saying? Like, what are they saying that for? Yeah, for sure. Like, are they just saying that for whatever reason? That kind of thing. So that question Zoe asked, and Tacey's like, what question you have for yourself? I think just like being kinder to myself is something I wish I didn't miss that. Because yeah, I have good friends in the RuneScape community. I have some awesome friends, and I appreciate them. Sometimes I question if they do like me, which I shouldn't, but that's just how it is.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's fucking deep.
Yeah, sorry if it's too deep for the cast.
No,
that's just
it's not.
some real talk, you know. I wanted to be, because I'm like always joking and sarcastic and stuff, like in anyone's chat, like on Twitter especially. It's like my shitpost platform, but I figured I would be a little more serious today, give people more of insight for who I am on the inside. So
yeah, no, I actually appreciate that, and I think more people struggle with that than we like realize. Just kind of like being a burden and just not, I don't know, almost like people like just being nice without actually caring. Because I know
Yeah,
I know I've struggled with that. Like even I don't know, and I think I doubt myself like way too much. Like I know this is probably a problem that a lot of dudes face, but like when you like a girl or something, and then like you just instantly think like, oh, there's no shot. Like there's no shot with this girl. It's like you just put that on yourself because you almost put them like on a higher pedestal or something. Like you just see them as like, oh, they wouldn't want me, you know, like shit like that. And I don't think I go to like those extents of like, even when it comes to like friendships and stuff, but I totally understand like where that's coming from and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it comes to like when people are a lot more well known or popular than I am. That's why I kind of question like if they actually like me, because I'm like, they have so many other options. Why would they want to be my friend when they have the whole platform that they could be friends with? You know what I mean? And I'll just mention this on the cast because I actually talked to Tasty about it, and I'm sure he doesn't mind me sharing. I used to be like nervous about talking to Tasty like off stream and stuff because I'm like, I don't want to like have your people think I'm like leeching off you or like something like that just because we're friends. And like I wasn't even sure if we were friends, you know what I mean? Because like that was back when I was just editing for him and stuff.
Yeah.
And like we're good friends now. Like we talk all the time, and I love talking to him. But like at first, when we first were chatting, I was like, should I even talk to this guy unless it's like for work stuff? Because I don't want to like
Yeah.
bother him.
damn.
And so I was always just like, hey man, real quick, don't want to bother you. Or it's like, hey, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but like, you know, that kind of thing. But now we just can talk whatever. And I think most people can kind of relate somewhat. Like if someone,
Absolutely. Anybody that you
Like-
almost feel like they're just like, I don't know, they're more relevant than you or something. It's almost like, oh, they have their own stuff to do. Like that. I mean, to be completely honest with you, asking Foe to be on the, I mean, I didn't even ask Foe to be on the cast, but like that would have been the same thing where it's like, oh, like, hey, like I don't mean to bother you or anything, but
yeah,
you know,
you
somewhere
don't
where you
feel
just,
obligated to say yes.
yeah, like you look up to them, and so you're like, damn, like I don't want to fucking look like I'm like leeching, like it's the same sort of thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just a weird, I don't know, because like, I'm not gonna name any names, but like ages ago, and I was in Will's chat, right? When I first made the Will Please emote,
Mm-hmm.
I just like made it because I thought it was fun and like, you know, I wanted to add something to his chat.
Yeah.
And then one of his viewers said I was a clout chaser. And I was like, how? Because I made an emote. He's like, yeah, you're soon that so people like will like you more. And then I'm just like, it's the dumbest thing. Because like if I ask you right now,
Attitude.
I would say VV Cool is like the most iconic RuneScape section emote.
Yeah.
Like surely. Like, can you tell me right now who made that emote?
Nope.
Like people don't care who make emotes. Like people haven't noticed like all the emotes I've made. They're just like, oh, you made like this emote, and like people are like, wait, you made all these other ones too? Like what the heck? Like no one cares about the emotes I've made. Like when it comes down to it, so like I don't want to be like seen as a clout chaser just because that one person mentioned it one time, and I'm just like always just hyper self-conscious about that. I'm like, dude, I can't let anyone think I'm like that because I'm not like
Yeah.
that. So
Damn.
kind of
That's
ruined
crazy.
like my thinking since then, really.
Yeah. No, it's kind of crazy because I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I feel like you're an emotional guy, and like I feel like you're very sensitive toward like even toward like just people in general. I feel like you're kind of like me. I'm a pretty sensitive dude. Like I get embarrassed for other people.
Oh yeah,
I know that's just
big
like
time.
yeah, that's just like a weird. Some people don't fucking deal with it, but like I can't look at stuff if it's too embarrassing. Like if something's really cringe, I have to fucking look away, or just like I can't even.
Like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, just like damn, I'm not even a part of this. Like this doesn't affect me in the least bit, but I'm like I can't look at this. Like I can't.
Dude, you mentioned Michael Scott earlier. Do you know that one episode where he has like that
Scott's
like that
Tots?
classroom?
Scott's
Yeah,
Tots.
that one. Dude, I had to turn off the episode. It was too bad. I
No,
was
that
like, dude, I
one.
cannot
Okay,
watch
so
this.
luckily, sometimes when it's like a movie or a show or something, I can almost separate the reality and be like, okay, I have to remember this is an actor. This is like scripted and everything. Like
Yeah.
And so I have to like take myself back because definitely that would definitely have that effect on me. But when it's reality, it's so much worse because like this is actually fucking real. And I will keep myself up at night thinking of embarrassing moments I did as a kid. Like, bruh, I don't know if I've ever shared this on Sae Bae Cast. Like, this isn't even that embarrassing, but it is. Like, so in middle school, I was really obsessed with Guitar Hero, like I was saying. And
Oh yeah.
Guitar Hero 4 had to like just come out. And you could make your own songs. And so I've always been really into music. I was actually a music major for a while. And so I made a song that was one of our choir songs we were singing. So like I went to my choir class in middle school and I was like, hey, Mr. Choir teacher, like, will you fucking play this thing that I made on Guitar Hero? And in front of the whole class, like he was just like, okay. Like I could just like, I'm like replaying it in my mind. He's like, okay, like if you want. It's like the beginning of class and there was a bunch of cute girls in there. He just plays my little song and it was so shitty, dude. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever because like, you know, whatever you work on you think is just amazing. Anyway, he just plays it in front of the whole class and the whole fucking class was like silent. Like they didn't give a fuck. And it was just awkward as hell for the rest of the time. They're like, yeah, this is what like Seder made. Like, dude, it was bad. I just relived that.
That is so funny.
I relived that moment where I had this like... I just thought people would be like, wow, that was so cool. And stuff like, no, nobody gave a fuck. And I was just sitting there like, all right, that was not good. I keep myself up at night thinking about that exact scenario. In fact, I think I've made it worse on me because I imagine what other people felt. Nobody fucking remembers that except for me. And I take it like way too far in my head.
Probably literally like no one ever realizes.
Nobody knows. Yeah. But like I will. Yeah. I know that's just such a weird experience to share, but
no, it's funny. I big into music too. I can't share this on the cast. I'll tell you afterward, but
okay.
It'll just dox me too hard, so I can't say it.
Fair.
But I'll tell you later.
Okay.
As far as you mentioned earlier, like if I'm a sensitive person, like I have the Mofoe every emotion emote. I'm sure there might be like maybe one in the chat right now. I'll put up one myself just in case no one else does. But it's like people like have this ongoing joke that I have like no emotions, like the Mofoe jam, you know, or just like I'm just chilling, and like I like don't get like I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't get like on stream like super stoked like visually. I'm just like, let's fucking go. I'm just like, you know, internally I'm like, oh, finally I did whatever I was going for. But I'm not gonna be like screaming and like, you know, showing it outward. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's just how I am. Which like I feel like maybe is off-putting for like new people, but it's just I don't know, because like people think I'm just have no emotions because I don't show any. But like you were saying, like I do care about people a ton, and just because like I don't show it out on the outside doesn't mean it isn't happening on the inside. You know what I mean? But I'm a pretty sensitive dude. Like some people like say comments like, dude, whenever I watch like I look at Tasty's YouTube comments like every time I upload a video. And I was like, look at it. And I was like, any like slightly negative comment, I was like, fuck, like I'm the worst.
Yeah.
But it's just,
I feel like a lot of people deal with that. It's like the one negative thing will outweigh everything else. Like every positive thing.
This is
Even
funny.
if it's some random person that you just like, they have like a really.
Dude, the thing is, every single person on YouTube is a random dude. Like,
I know. Well, there's
not every like. There's some people I recognize their names, but for the most part, they're just like people who've never talked to me before, don't even know I exist. But it's just like,
that
why
shit
do I
take to heart?
care
I'm
so
like,
much about the critique?
For the most part, like I try, like it's always like the initial reaction to it. I'm like, damn. But then I like take a break and I'm like, you know what, like. Let's not do anything rash. Let's not like lash back or anything, and let's just take it for what it is. You know, like okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their opinion. Like I shouldn't care about every single person's opinion.
Yeah,
and like for the most part, like as far as opinions go, like I will always do whatever I want. But like that doesn't mean I don't care about people's opinions about other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I want to stream Fortnite. Like I'm going to stream Fortnite and like, you know, I'm not going to care if someone's like, wow, this is trash. I'm like, okay, go find a different stream then. Like, hello, there's millions of them. So, but as far as like people critiquing me like on something that I care about, like someone I look up to critique something, then I'll take it a little more seriously. But I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. Okay, real quick, Defy J asks, what are the odds that Whale will go live?
Dude, I was so mad at Defy for this question. I was like, Defy, we've talked one-on-one on Discord so many times. Like, you know me really well. We've talked about so many things. And you have one chance to like ask me anything you want, and it's when Whale's going live. Like, oh man. The thing is, like, the running joke, as I'm sure you know, is Whale never goes live.
Yeah.
And I can tell he's like kind of over the joke now, because that man is like one of the most consistent streamers that I know. It's like pretty much 6 or 7 days a week, like most of the time, just like every single night. And the dude like works full time too. So having that consistent of a schedule while working, and people like always like joke around about him not going live, like that would bug me too. Like,
yeah.
So,
nah, that definitely would. I'm
That's a
surprised.
real-
Like that honestly is more relatable to me at this point than it is to him. But like, I'm just glad it's not a meme in my stream.
yeah, like you think it'd be like a joke about me because I haven't fucking streamed for like a month and a half, but
It's like, damn, I
always
fucking
like,
lucked
"Well, go
out.
live."
I lucked out
Like
without this happening.
Daise's name, he might be in the chat. His name was Well Go Live. It's like his actual account, and it's just, I don't know, it's just funny. Like the joke itself was funny at first. I think it's a little played out in my opinion, but Whale is super consistent. And
Yeah, and he's
as far as the
awesome.
jokes go, he deserves the recognition for going live so often.
Absolutely. Okay, continuing on. So Nunu Nels had another thing, another tweet, and she asked,
Oh yeah, I saw her second one. This one's a little deep, bro. Let's go over it.
yeah, where do you want to be in the future? If you could completely align your life to be exactly how you want it, where would you be? And what would you be doing? And what's your end goal? So I guess wrapped up into one, like, what do you want in your life?
It's a very good question. Very difficult question. Where do you want to be in the future? I want to be doing content creation full time. Like I've wanted to do that since I was like in high school. And I just like kept putting off like making excuses of why I shouldn't, you know what I mean? Like when I was streaming in 2013, like there was no revenue. I was just like for fun completely.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's still fun. Was fun then, still is now. I just like making stuff people will enjoy. And I want to do content creation full time, which is editing for YouTube, making my own YouTube videos, and also streaming. That's like what I want, 100%. I've always like doubted myself. I've always said like, that's not what I really want. That's like a part, like a short-term thing. I need to figure out what I really want to do. But like, dude, it's been 8.5 years and I've always wanted to do that. Like ever since Old School came out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to embrace it finally. I'm going to like put in 110% effort into what I'm doing. And I'm going to just fucking do it. Like, why would I not?
Yeah.
And like I was saying earlier, like when I was working full time before COVID, I was making a ton more money than I am now, but I'm a lot happier now than I was then. And like, if I could do this and just like pay my bills at the minimum and be happy, like, why would I not want to do that?
Yeah.
So as far as what I want to do in the future, what I'm doing now, just on a bigger scale, and whether that scale is like a tiny bit bigger than it is now, a lot of, like way bigger, like I don't care. As long as my bills are paid at the end of the day, then that's all I really want. If you can completely align your life to be exactly how you want it, where would you be? We should go over Riverton's question next because that aligns with this question.
Sure.
Yeah, that pretty much answers it. What's my end goal? My end goal, I don't really have like an end goal. Like when I first started streaming, I was like, dude, it'd be cool to have like 1,000 followers. Now I have like 1,650 followers, and I'm like, that's insane. Never expected to be where I am now. And then, you know, next year I'll be like even farther ahead. I mean, I would hope so. So like, I don't know, it's not like an end goal. It's just doing my best, continuing to improve my craft and whichever content I'm doing. And as long as I can improve myself and then let people have a good time and enjoy my streams or videos or Tasty's videos, whatever I'm doing, like that's my goal. It's just making people enjoy their time.
Nice. Okay, Riverton asks, what are your current future content creation plans? And where's Questantino?
Questantino, he says.
What's
Okay.
that? What is that?
What is that? Good question. So, just over a year ago, I was working on a YouTube series called Questantino. And Questantino is like Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I was
You
like,
know?
this is really giving me some Quentin Tarantino vibes.
Yep, it's that, but with quests. So I was gonna make every single RuneScape quest into a short
Damn.
film, like their own little film, obviously.
Yeah.
The first one is Cook's Assistant, because like you obviously can't go wrong doing the first one's Cook's Assistant, most iconic quest, most done quest in the entire game, according to the last statistics I saw. So I already have that one, a lot of progress done in it. I have Flutton, who is the like the milk lady, you know, at the Lumbee cows. I have RSGF. She's like the lady at the mill. I already have their voice lines done, and I already have the recordings of them doing the voices.
Dang.
So I just have to finish up like the rest of the production, because I just like kind of stopped doing it because I just was like overwhelmed with everything at the time. But now that I'm like living out here with Qneeks and it's like doing content creation full time, like what better time to restart the series than now
For
to kind of
real.
finish it.
Holy. That sounds exciting, dude.
I had a like little teaser intro on Streamable, but I was looking for it and I think it got deleted or something because I can't find it now. But I was gonna show you that one, but it looks like it is gone. Wait. I think I found it. Okay, I found it. Okay, so about a minute 13 is where you can stop, because the rest of it is just fluff that is not done yet.
Okay. Are you linking it?
Do you want to give the viewers a little
So
sneak
watch
peek?
it up until 113.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check this shit out.
It's also super loud. Turn it down.
Okay. Let me turn it down. Damn, it got the fucking Tarantino vibes, man.
Yeah, that's just 100% rip off of Pulp Fiction intro. The thing is, like, Quentin like always steals stuff for his video, for his movies. So how fitting is it for me to steal his intro? Also, this was done before the Oculus Orb was available, so I'm gonna redo all this intro footage just so it's smoother.
So you said 113, stop.
Yeah, just like the rest of it's just filler footage for dialogue that's not in yet.
Wow, I got the sound effects of. See, I just gotta say, like, editing, like those simple things. Okay, so my brother's in film, and he's like in an ad agency and stuff. Well, not an ad agency. He works for this other company, but he does like the video and stuff for it. And he tells me about stuff that he does at work and stuff, and how crazy important like little sound effects are in like ads and stuff. Just like any little like short production thing.
Yeah.
How much it just adds, and like just that just reminded me of just the little things that a normal viewer probably wouldn't even pick up on, about how much is going on in the editing, that like it looks very simple. So
yeah, I mean, it's simple to do. It's just hard to recognize what to do.
Yeah.
Like in Tasty's videos, dude, I do so much editing for his audio that no one ever considers, just because it sounds all the same. But I've like fixed the levels on like every single clip. Some clips I have to like chop up the audio like 5 times and like lower each little section, like when he's like peaking in some points, just so it's like all sounds the same.
Yep.
And all of that just goes unnoticed. That's just part of the process that like, you know, that's like my job that no one really understands, but that's like something I don't want them to ever notice. You know what I mean? So it's like hard to like make stuff so good that people don't notice it. So not that I'm like the best editor ever. It's just, you know, part of the process.
Yep.
But it's funny because I used to do background and film and TV like a ton, because it's like a big scene in Utah. So it's kind of something I've always enjoyed, passionate for. So mixing that passion with editing plus RuneScape is kind of, I think, be really fun. Plus, like telling the stories of all the quests, because like, you know, everyone, especially with the Quest Helper now, I made that before Quest Helper was out, but especially with Quest Helper, like no one ever fucking reads anything. So like they just spacebar Andy, click on blue, and it's like no one knows what the lore is. Not that anyone particularly cares, but I think it'd be fun to portray the quest in a fun way where you can get to know the story in a fun way that's not just like,
Absolutely. No. I think that's a
boring
really cool
RuneScape.
idea. It
Plus, like,
it
no,
sort
go
of
ahead.
reminds me of like the Jimmy thing where like Jimmy just goes through all the quests like one by one and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's like something like that where it's like something so simple like questing in RuneScape can be.
Yeah, because like the thing is, I don't want to be like Jimmy at all. So like even saying that's like,
no.
damn it.
But no,
But, like,
no, I'm not
it's
saying
similar,
it's
but like
very.
very. I want it to be like very different, but obviously a quest series.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely not saying it's going to be like Jimmy. I'm just saying like something so simple as questing can become like people want to fucking watch that, even though I'd say the majority of the community hates fucking questing.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I wanted to make out a questing.
Yeah.
But like, the thing is like with that series, I can make every video different. Like the Cook's Assistant one's more like a serious style video, where like I can make other ones that are just like a dumb goofy quest, like just dumb goofy dialogue, and just go off of the actual in-game dialogue, because the one in Cook's Assistant is all like the actual dialogue that the NPCs say during the quest if you do talk to them, which you don't have to. But just some of them can be like more funny than other ones. Some will be more serious. Some will be like silent films, is different options. So obviously not every single video is going to be like Quentin's style, but it's just more of it's the funny name. So also shout out Big Tendies for that name. He suggested it.
Okay, there is a lot of topics. I'm not going to cover them all, but friend zones, a few things that kind of pointed out to me initially, going back to RuneScape, like actual gameplay wise. Do you have any expectations for Raids 3? And will you be partaking in it? And then the other one is just how do you feel about almost cheat? How do you feel about the almost cheat client meta for speedruns or efficient raids?
Oh, very good question. I wanted to talk about that one.
So let's cover the
first of all, Raids 3. That was his first question, right? Raids 3.
Well, he has a bunch of questions. I'm just
the first one you mentioned. I mean,
Yep.
So I'm not much of a raider. On the main, I have 84 Chambers KC, and I got the Omelet on 80 KC, and I stopped raiding because I got the pet, and I'm like a pet hunter. So I was like, okay, well, I'll come back to this when I need to learn CMs for the dust. And then I have 6 TOB KC. I did my first KC on stream on the charity stream. What was that, like 3 months ago? Yeah, almost 3 months ago, and I have 6 KC now.
I'm just curious, what so I didn't do TOB for a long time either. Clearly not as long. I didn't put it off as long as you did, but like But what was the thing in your opinion that kind of put you off from doing that?
See, nothing really put me off of it. I just had other content I was busy doing. Just kind of like the whole God Wars and DKs thing, not doing those yet, just because that other stuff I wanted to do first.
True.
Obviously, it's really good money, especially when it first came out. I should have done that for the money itself, but like, no, I have over 2,000 stakes on my account, so having a big bank or not doesn't really deter me from playing. So that's not really a big factor. It's just I never really wanted to learn it till I wanted to grind it for the pet. I don't want to like do it here and there kind of thing. Just because I'll get rusty with it, just like any other content. So I just was putting it off till I wanted to go for the pet. That being said, with Raids 3, I'm assuming it'll take best in slot gear. My bank is very much so not best in slot gear, so I might check it out with the boys, just hanging out, but we'll see.
The cool thing is it's gonna have like those invocations that can make it easier or harder.
Yeah, that part is cool. I don't know what content we'll be doing at the time, because I have like the main, which I would be doing it on, of course, and then I have like the hardcore that'll be approaching Gauntlet sometime soon. And then Group Ironman's going to come out. I'm going to play that. So it depends on what we're looking at. But obviously, I'm going to like watch some streams of it, watch Wooks and Bodie and those guys, just check it out. So what was the other question? I forgot the other one.
Just the speed, the
right
meta for speedruns or efficient raids.
Right. So low RAM, obviously surprising nobody.
Just take out your RAM sticks.
Yeah. just take out your RAM sticks. I think taking out your RAM sticks to be able to compete for speed runs and not having that just be like an option to take them out all the time. I don't get how quest helper is allowed in game and taking your RAM sticks out is frowned upon by Jagex. Like, I don't get how those two things are like not both okay.
Yeah.
Like I do Gauntlet a ton. Like, this is gonna be a controversial topic for sure. People will be like, "Oh wow, what the heck?" But like in Gauntlet, when you like, kill a demi boss trying to pick up the shit underneath it, it's like a super long death animation. I'm like, dude, let me fucking click on the shit it dropped.
Yep.
Like, Jagex's like reason for not wanting to get rid of them is because they wanted like, oh, the artist spent time making the death animation. Like, if that's actually their reason, like, it's a fucking piss weak one. But as far as
all they have to do is just keep the death animation. Just let us fucking click through it.
let us click through it. Yeah, exactly.
God damn it. Is that
I'm
hard?
like, it's not hard to compromise with that, but if they did that, like, I think that would solve everyone's concerns, like with the speedrunning and everything, because it's hard to compete, especially like in Inferno. If you don't have your RAM sticks out, dude, like,
yeah,
I don't think you can get a new PB without that. So, as far as people who use those, I have no problem with that. Zero problem at all. People who like are pissed off about that and think it's like a double standard, like, I agree with the double standard, but I would rather have it be frowned upon and they can still do it rather than completely bannable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just make it legal. I don't think it's hurting anyone. And then if you want to make that legal, then make it so you can click through death animations, and that would solve it. So that being said, my RAM sticks are always in. So
okay. Whale asks, I guess a lot of these, like, we're getting to the point where like a lot of these are going to be like sort of similar to questions we've already covered.
yeah, I'll just gloss over them, like, not as in depth as I have in the past.
Yeah.
So,
well, one of the things is like, again, every single one of these we've kind of touched on, but he says, I'll just read them. Do you know of any good Zulrah guides? Assuming that's the whole the whole botting thing.
that is not actually.
Oh, is it not? Okay.
It is something very different.
Okay. How overpowered is Microsoft PowerPoint? Go to bed,
Yep, there it
Mofo.
is.
And what was it like having the charity stream be such a massive success?
Very good questions, Mr. Whale. So the first question about Zulrah guides is I made a Zulrah guide in 2017 where it was just
with your bot account, just bot.
no.
This is how to kill Zulrah. It just shows you sleeping for 6 hours.
It was just a joke guide where I was like wearing just random ass shit, and I was like explaining why the random stuff was best in slot. And I had like a comp, like a U combo or something, magic combo, and I was just like, this is the biggest bow I could find, so I'm sure it's the best one to use, like just stuff like that. But one of the items that I had were ham boots, and I said, wear ham boots so you can go ham.
Damn.
And Whale has never let that die. And I was just like, dude, so my stream isn't big by any means. I'm not gonna like pretend like it is, but when it was a lot smaller than it is now, it was like just the homies like we're watching, you know what I mean? Like, just know people from the category, if that makes sense. Just people who like knew me really well. So like people knew about that joke because like we would play it in Welsh chat, like the whole Zulrah guide. And my channel point icon, I think it still is now. I haven't changed it yet for the rebrand of the stream, but it's ham boots. So like all my points are from ham boots. My sub notification used to be like ham members dancing and just things like that. Just over that one dumb joke in the video. That's why he's mentioning it. But I am moving away from the ham member stuff just because it's like doesn't make really sense for like my whole stream in general, other than like that one inside joke. But that's why he's asking that question.
That's funny.
How overpowered is Microsoft PowerPoint? Like I mentioned earlier, I use that to like edit pictures other than Gimp, but like that's a little secret. That might surprise a lot of people like that. I edit so much stuff and don't use Photoshop. Like I was talking to Cumboy one time, DJ Cumboy, and he was like, "Oh, just use this tool in Photoshop." And I'm like, "I don't have Photoshop." And he's like, "What the fuck?" I'm just like so surprised.
Yeah, Photoshop or Illustrator. I don't know if you use Illustrator.
No, I don't use either
Nah,
one.
no, they're fucking confused. Like I took classes learning both of them, but like I ended up just like I use Gimp for everything. It's just
Yeah,
free
I
and
think
just-
GIMP. I use GIMP for a lot of stuff, like removing backgrounds, like very precisely. I use GIMP, like because PowerPoint you can remove backgrounds too, and it's like super fast. So if it's like an easy outline, I'll just use that. Honestly, like I used that like last time this morning when I made Elliot and Emote, Skidler RS.
yeah.
But I know this depends on what I'm doing, but it is funny you mentioned like the whole class thing about it. I did take a class in high school called desktop publishing, which is just using your computer to make graphics is basically what it was. And I made a poster for the school's talent show in PowerPoint, and I won first place for the best design. Like won like a little gift card to like some local restaurant and stuff. And I was like, so funny. My teacher was like, "How did you make that?" And I was like, "I use PowerPoint." And then she made me not use PowerPoint anymore for the rest of the class, and I was pissed.
Damn.
But it's funny. His other question though, what was it like having the charity stream bunch of massive success? I'd mentioned this like twice already, but I'll always go over it again just because having the community come together for a cause that means the most to me just was overwhelming. Like even like I was tearing up earlier talking about it just because like it just blows my mind that we did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like looking at the leaderboards, I use the Streamlabs charity website just because I use Streamlabs OBS and it just made sense, and it seemed like all those were legit charities because I don't want to like give to one that was sketchy,
Yeah.
But I was looking at the leaderboards for like the current campaigns, and Kit Boga, if you know him, I'm sure most people do. He's like a massive streamer. He had a charity at the same time, and like ours was just underneath his for like amount raised, and ours is only 24 hours, and his was like a week long or something like that.
Damn.
And like seeing that comparison to like my super tiny like Humegalo Mofoe stream compared to his, not that I'm not gonna fucking compare charities, that's just messed up, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like just seeing how much we raised and then how much they raised too
Puts
is just
things into
like
perspective.
yeah, I was just like, man, that is really cool. And then as far as like the specific charity I chose, ours was rank 1 as far as campaigns went. So
That's amazing.
yeah, I mean, I even got an email from the people at the charity I chose, and like they emailed me saying like just congratulating me and thanking me for the stream and saying I can like pick a free t-shirt and stuff like that. I haven't really done that yet either. It's like 3 months, but it was just cool to see him like reach out and to say thanks. I wasn't expecting that, so it was really cool. I will always remember that. I'm getting a poster. One of my forfeits for the stream, well, not like a forfeit, but like one of the perks, I guess, of donating to that was getting your name on a poster for my room. So I'm gonna have everyone's names printed out on my wall behind me for everyone who donated. So
That's awesome.
just gonna cherish that forever, really.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There weren't any troll names, were there?
Nope, no, it was really just like
awesome. Just
flawless
genuine.
stream.
Yeah.
Everyone's nice and humble. Nobody saying anything negative the entire 24 hours.
That's amazing, dude.
A lot of my mods stuck around for the whole entire time too, which is like, more than I could ask for. So
Yeah.
all in all, it's just complete 100% success.
All right. Sam asks, will you grind for the Inferno pet on the next leagues? If there even is that capability. Who knows what the next leagues? Well, actually, I guess we already do know what the next leagues is. And is there Inferno in that?
It'll be available, yeah.
Okay. I don't fucking keep up that much because I never have done a leagues. But yeah, that will be available. What are the plans for Group Ironman? I think you already said you're not going to leak. Or just you don't have it all set. And then how many years do you think RuneScape has left before it dies?
Very good questions. Shout out Swang, KBK, Ote. So I am going to grind for the Inferno pet again.
Gamer.
On this next league. Just because, like, I can't not, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I just have
feel
to.
Weird. It'll feel weird not to.
Yeah. The thing is, like, last league, BF Rocket and I were like, dude, it'd be sick to have, like, get the Zuck pet because we couldn't on Twisted League because it wasn't available.
Yep.
Because, like, having a level 3 account with a little nibbler following you around, like, how cool is that?
Yeah.
So, like, we're like, "Okay, that's our goal for this next league," and then he got it, and he's like, "All right, cool, I'm out." And then he was like, I think got his like a 90 KC, and I was like, "Oh man, that sucks. Imagine taking that long to get the pet." And I never got mine with the 113. I'm like,
Oh
sick.
god.
I felt bad too. I'm like, I don't want to pass your rank, dude, but I have to because
Watch, dude. You'll get it first KC. You'll literally get
man.
it first KC or something like that because
imagine.
that's what my mace grind was like. Just grind
Yeah,
forever and
Fasanis,
just,
dude.
yeah, day one Fasanis. Oh, there you go.
Congrats again on that. That's sick.
Thank you.
I saw that and I was like so happy. Like, you know, you see things for other people and like you're so happy. Like I can't explain why I get so happy for others with stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like the deserved thing as well. Like when somebody's just so dry on something, it's just like, damn, like you fucking earned this, man. Like, well done. Like there's
It's
so
funny,
many
it's like-
moments in the OSR's Twitch section.
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, 100%. Like with Jack and his Ellie. I was like, let's
yeah,
go.
him, Lakes Tebow as well.
Yeah. So many different things.
Pug and Scythe way back.
It's just funny because like people I grew up with are like, I'm getting married and having a kid and getting a house. I'm just like,
I got a
I don't
Tebow.
fucking care. And then it's like, Sae Bae got his mace. I'm like, oh hell yeah, dude, let's go.
It's funny as fuck.
But I don't know. It's just yeah. But yeah, Sam, I'm gonna grind for the pet for sure. What are your plans for Group Ironman? I'm gonna do a hardcore Group Ironman with some people. I can't leak who yet, mostly because it's not like solidified, but I have some plans to do that for sure. I don't know who the team is gonna be yet exactly, but I know I'm gonna do it 100%. So that is the plan. How many years do you think RuneScape has left before it dies? This is a very good question. I know Swang has been super burnt out of RuneScape lately. Can't blame him. A lot of people have been as well. Can't blame anyone really because content's just lacking. Direction of the game is kind of lacking as well. But the thing is, like I've said, like if you guys are just tuning into the stream, I was gonna say podcast, when like people are gonna be watching from the start. But as far as if you're tuning to the stream, I started playing old school on day one, and the same questions come up every single year. It's like, oh, the game's gonna die. The game's dying. It's gonna, it's gonna run out next year or whatever. And then it never does. And now it's like, not right now, but last year I think it was like maybe 2 years ago, was like the most players it's ever had. I forgot the exact time frame, dude. Time just muddled ever since COVID happened for me.
Yeah.
But just in recent time, the player base has been more than it has been in a long time. So as far as how many years do I think it has left, I mean, that just depends on the J mods that are in charge, really, because with like Ash and Kieran and those guys, they're doing a really good job at handling everything as much as they can with what they're given, at least.
Yep.
So depending on what hands the game is in, as far as like the company that owns Jagex too, like whatever that company is deciding, it all has different factors that we can't really determine yet. But I think the game is going to be really healthy after Rage 3, and people are going to be really interested in the game with Group Ironman coming out too. So I know a ton of people. One of my friends, MJ23, I actually met him like the first or second week of old school. Like we had a fletching guild because like back then dangerous randoms were still a thing, and we would go to the pest control bank because there weren't any randoms inside the bank. And so we had magic log like suppliers that would come to the pest control bank and give us the logs. And then we had high alkers who would sit next to us, just alking the longbows that we made.
Damn, that's
so we had like this
insane.
whole like efficient like economy going. It was really cool. But I met MJ23 doing that, and it turns out he was like really close to me IRL. So we like hung out, and we've hung out a few times, and he's like one of my good friends now. So anyway, sorry, he's not been playing RuneScape for a long ass time just because he's waiting for Group Ironman. So I'm sure there's tons of players in the same shoes as him just waiting for Group Ironman to come out just to play again. So I think that'll get the numbers up, which is always healthy. And so I don't know, it's hard to say how long the game has left, but I would say at least 5 years, like at least.
Yeah.
I
No,
can't really imagine anything that would kill the game off anytime soon.
It's a boomer
I know
game for sure, but
like I know the HD stuff is like pissing people off. People are gonna quit over it. It's just kind of like one of the things they're mad about, but they're not gonna be like,
yep,
you're not letting HD in, I'm canceling my subscription on my 5 accounts I've played for 4 years. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think there's a long ass time for OSRS. I could see
Yeah.
it thriving even in 2030.
Like literally though. I mean, I would hope so. Otherwise,
I mean,
I
we'll
need to
all
get
be
a real job.
40s.
No, I'm
We'll all
kidding.
be like 30s and 40s at that point, but you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I know you talked about this before. I forgot who you talked to with it about, but it was like talking about like we're the first like generation to like grow up with gaming and like
Yeah.
when is it gonna stop?
Yeah, not
I
even
thought that
game,
was
but
like
like yeah, RuneScape specifically. Like,
Yeah.
we're all still playing it. Like, what the fuck?
Was that with BF Rocket? Who was that with?
Probably multiple people have kind of mentioned it.
Probably, yeah. But it's like people are like, oh, when are you gonna stop? I'm like, I don't know. Do I have to stop? Like, I'm enjoying my life, and
Yeah.
like, oh, you're wasting your life. I'm like, I think wasting my life is doing something I don't want to do, and I'm not happy doing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So
It's so weird, like thinking about life in that way, where it's like you're wasting your life. It's like, I mean, like, I'm just living my life. Like, I don't know. It's just like we're all gonna fucking just die eventually. It's just like, I guess I'm doing what I enjoy. Like right now, I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh, you know, I could go outside, learn a language, do all this. It's like, no, I'm in my element right now. I'm just doing my little podcast, playing RuneScape.
Yeah.
Like, this is
I think the
this
people
is what
who
I
tell
want to do
you
right now.
you're wasting your life don't understand it. And honestly, I don't care if they understand it because I've had so many people in my life telling me what I need to do. But like being out here with Qneeks in Oklahoma, sitting here, fucking redwood chopping in Nightmare Zone, talking to Sae Bae on this cast, I could not be happier doing anything else than what I'm doing right now. Like I've worked at jobs. I used to do door to door, and I would make a shit ton of money, and I hated that job. But I was so good at sales, I just kept doing it year after year, and I was like, this sucks. But I'm making money, so I must be doing something right. But I was never happy. Like no matter how much money I had, I was just never happy. And then I worked. I'm gonna like super real with you, like just super deep mofo stuff. I worked in a call center, like I mentioned, one of the few call centers, and I was just making just so much money at this job. I was getting paid like $2,000 a week, just getting paid weekly.
Damn.
Which like a lot of people might not think that's a ton of money, but like for what I was doing at that time in my life, that was a ton. And I was like gonna be promoted to a manager, and I didn't get the promotion because some other guy got it instead. And like that one thing just like triggered me for whatever reason. I just like got so depressed. And I was like, I'm working so hard at this job. I'm making all this money. Like I thought I was doing it right. I didn't get this promotion. And it's like, you know, spiral thinking. And then I ended up in the hospital for suicide watch. And I was just like stuck there for a week. And I was just like, got out of there, which is funny enough because the fucking job fired me because I was in the hospital because I didn't show up for work. And I was like,
damn.
Great, this is helping my current situation. But that kind of like made me realize that money and like that kind of stuff isn't the goal. It's, you know, if your life isn't fulfilling, then what is it? Like you could have all the money in the world, but if you're not happy, then what's the point?
Yeah.
So like ever since then, that's a turning point of when I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do whatever makes me happy because you can't buy happiness, and that is the one thing I will never take for granted again. So people like just say I'm wasting my life. I'm like, well, at least I have one still. So
yeah, it's a pretty that's awesome, by the way, but it is just, I don't know, I think it's just ignorant to like say how somebody's life should or shouldn't be and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
there's clearly like, I mean, you can argue anything about like, oh, this life is healthier than another life. It's like, dude, just live your life, man. Like,
yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not gonna go super into it just because I know it's a sensitive topic and I don't really want to offend anybody because I don't mean to. But I grew up Mormon, and I have since left that, and even leaving it personally, my family still like holds it over my head and acts like I still am, and they're just like judging me for not doing X, Y, or Z thing that I should be doing because they think I'm Mormon still. And like even like having coffee, you know, you can't have coffee if you're Mormon. So like having a coffee machine here that I can have coffee and I'm like editing videos, it's like all cozy and stuff. Like that's what I enjoy. That's like in my element when I'm working, and I can't do that at home because I get like yelled at. So having people just tell me what to do with my life, being able to be out here and just do literally whatever I want and be happy with it is just so relieving. And I cannot express how happy I am at this point in my life right now. So
That's awesome. Yeah.
sorry for the big tangent, but
No,
that's
I
just,
mean, that's awesome.
I think life is whatever you make it to be.
Yeah, I feel like we can relate, just, with growing up and stuff and having like these expectations on you and stuff. And then finally like getting rid of that is just freeing, like unimaginably freeing. So.
Oh yeah, dude. Like one last thing, because I don't want to like talk about it too much. I'm sure most people in the chat know about the Mormon missionaries like knocking on doors,
Yeah.
And it's like a huge expectation when you're raised that way to go on one when you're 18. And I didn't back when I was 18, well, 19, but whatever. And ever since then, I was like an outcast in that community and like let everyone down. Just everything just meant nothing to them. Like I was worthless. And I was just like, yeah, this is awesome. Like I'm glad one decision determines my whole entire life. So being able to get out of that toxic environment and just be me, like just truly me, is, I think everyone should be able to do that, no matter what background they come from. So if they can get to that point and then just live life to its fullest in whatever definition that is for them, then I support that. I might not support every single decision someone does, but at the end of the day, it's not my choice to tell someone how to live their life. So if they're enjoying it, then I'll be happy for them.
Damn. Yeah. No, I think the older, you're what, 26 or something?
I don't share my age publicly.
Okay. That's fair.
Not because of like anything, just
yeah, that's
like
totally fair.
Like account security, really.
Yeah. No, that's cool. But I just know like when you get to your later 20s and stuff, at least for me, just you start seeing life in a different way, and life just was so, I don't know. Life is so much more like beautiful, I guess, the older you get and you start being, I don't know, just make your own decisions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not in my early 20s. I think that's kind of given by all the stuff I've said when I was in high school and playing since day one. But yeah, I would agree. The older you get, just the more you appreciate things.
Yep. Okay, Jixie asks,
my man,
what's your favorite and least favorite skills to train? Favorite and least favorite pet? And of course, we already covered the other one, so we'll just cover these two.
Trying to find his question. Where are you, Jixie?
You'll find it.
Oh, there he is. Okay,
Just
group
the first
Ironman.
two,
Yeah. Let's see. Favorite and least favorite skills to train. This is a tough question. Let's look through all these skills right now. I think 3-tick fishing and lava rune crafting, when you're like in the groove, are like super fun to do. People are gonna think I'm a psychotic for saying that, but like when you're just like in the groove, especially 3-tick fishing, dude, it's just like so nice. when you're just like
skilling in the zone, man, it's fucking nice.
When you're in the zone, that's what I'm trying to say. Like it's just chilling. People like might think like you're doing lava rune crafting chilling. Like, well, yeah, like it's not like the same chilling as watching Netflix and redwood cutting, but just being able to like perfect your banking when you're lava rune crafting, you're just like do it perfectly. Like yes, it's like just satisfying, I guess. Those two are fun. Alternatively, when you're not in the mood to train those, they're the worst. But well, I guess fishing is never really like bad, but like rune crafting, when like not in the mood to rune craft before 77 or even after 77, you're just like, yeah, this sucks. As far as least favorite skills to train, mining is definitely one of those for me.
I fucking
cannot
love
stand mining.
I love mining. You
I
like
never did,
3-tick
like,
fishing? Have you ever done like any?
I was just gonna say I've never done like the 3-tick 4G or whatever,
or even just any of the tick manipulation. Like there's
not for mining.
there's 4-tick 3G. That's the method I came out with. You should fucking check that shit out.
No, I did check it out when you first had it, and I was like, watch it for like 10 seconds, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna not try this.
Don't tell me you do MLM though, because everyone fucking hates mining when you do MLM. You do.
I did MLM for like all the unlocks, but after that, I didn't do that.
Then what did you do?
a lot of my mining, this is gonna trigger probably you, a lot of people.
VM?
When I was at my, no, I never did VM either.
Because that wouldn't
When I
trigger
was
me.
at-
I was just curious. Yeah.
No. I did a lot of power mining ore in the mining guild for the expert mining gloves. That took a long ass time, longer than I expected.
So just
but
iron.
most of my mining XP after I got amethyst was at amethyst, but it was at work on the clock, just AFK
I
while I
don't
was
know.
working.
That doesn't bother me. And in fact, it's a good pet rate as well. Just chilling.
Yeah, that is the main reason I did it was for pet, and then I got the pet in like, I don't know, 96 or 7 or something.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
it's like,
it is unbelievably slow, especially when you're actually AFKing.
oh
it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's probably getting like what 12 or 15k XP an hour.
Yeah, something like that, dude. It was bad, but I was at work, so I was like, better than
1,000 fucking
nothing,
hours
so.
for 99. Yeah. That's...
It was chill. I got paid to mine, so I mean, it was
Yeah.
good. And then I also did 99 rune crafting at Bloods while at work. So
Yeah, rune crafting's got to be. I did lavas, and I have a newfound appreciation for rune crafting because one of the things, like, I always knew I could just do bloods or souls or whatever the fuck, and that was
Yeah.
just the efficient way for an Ironman. But I was like, bro, I want to live, like, I want to firsthand, like, single-handedly, or not single-handedly, what's the word, like, firsthand experience what it would be like to, like, actually get 99 rune crafting, and if I could do it, you know, like, I remember.
I think your lava rune crafting stream was some of the first streams I watched of you.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that
It
was.
seems like such a long time ago.
Yeah, it really does. Feels like the fucking dark ages, just like so long ago. Like, you know how
Yeah.
like you think back to certain memories and like you can almost like it almost looks like certain memories are darker and then certain memories are like brighter. I don't know if you feel that way. I'm kind of like
I don't feel that way. I can like think of times where like life in general was like just more like whenever I think of memories, I think of like how life was at that time.
yeah.
Or like whenever I hear a song, I will always like remember like last time I heard that song if there was like a particular moment I was doing.
Yeah.
Because often I'm not gonna like listen to like some like hard style song and be like, oh yeah, dude, that was woodcutting. You know what I mean? Like if I was like out doing something and I heard a song, if I heard it again, I'd be like, oh yeah, dude, I heard this when I was at whatever event doing whatever thing. So
Yeah.
I don't have like dark or light memories
It's like
though. When
it's
it
just
comes
like
to that.
it's just like I don't know. I guess darker light is like the best way to kind of see it. There's like times where it's like life was rougher almost.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, those rune crafting streams were rough for me because, like, I knew I had to progress my account to max, but like doing
Yeah.
that just kills your stream, especially when you're used to doing chambers and TOB. And I had so many internet issues at the time,
Oh, dude.
so it was just like I was like at an all-time like sub count low, and internet issues and skilling and me not really fully appreciating it and enjoying it, and then barely any chat interaction. It was just, I just think back and I'm like, damn, that was a little rough.
Yeah.
That was a little rough.
I understand that like need to max. I actually maxed just last year on 4th of July.
Yeah.
So like it hasn't been very long actually for how long I've been playing, just because I had to restart a whole account and then also I stopped playing for a long time. But
And you had a mine for 1,000 hours. But yeah.
yes, that too. But like what I would do is I was at work and I would like do the super AFK methods like blood rune crafting, and then I'll get home and then I'd like lava rune craft. So I was just like
Yeah.
as efficient as I could be at the time, just like doing both. And if I just like couldn't be asked, I would just do bloods at home too, just because it was chill. But like that feeling to like need to max, I don't know, because like a lot of people like will max and then burn out because they don't like skilling. But like I never like had that feeling, you know what I mean? I was just like, if I max, I can do like all this like whatever content I want whenever, which is gonna be sick. And so like I just did the stuff in whatever method I wanted to at the time. Cause like I will go through like moments of being super efficient and like wanting to be, and then other moments are almost like, nah, not today. But
Okay. What are your favorite and least favorite pets, by the way?
favorite pet is the Jad 6 Jad and Transmog.
Okay.
That's a pet I always rock with my fashion scape. My fashion scape's the Max Infernal cape, or Infernal Max cape rather, and then full black graceful with prims, and then like the black and red hand fan from Diego,
Yeah.
and then the briefcase. And then I have the headless head, and then I have like just the pure black skin, just so it's like all super
Yeah.
dark, like
How-
color scheme. So
What KC did you get the Jad pet, and how hard
It
was
was like-
6 Jads for you?
the Jad itself was 106. I got that on stream,
Okay.
and
Nice.
I was just like, "Oh, we got it." Back to Redwoods.
Just straight
That's
face.
like all I said. And then my camera was off, but otherwise, yeah, I would have been straight face.
Oh.
But people always gave me shit for that. That was like back to Redwoods. I was like, well, yeah. That was 106. That took longer than I would have liked, but
Yeah,
you know,
damn, that's a grind.
it's like AFK most of the time, and then like Jad's like super quick and
yeah, and you
know,
can die. It doesn't even matter. Just Tebow it.
Yeah, I did that like sometimes just because I was streaming it, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die to Jad now. And people are like, what the fuck, you died? I'm like, not really, because the revive, and people are like, oh yeah. So that's always fun to troll people with. And then with 6 Jads, it was like 97 KC or something. It's like a lot of the KCs were like me like marking tiles, like planning out my route and stuff, but like it took me a bit, and then I was like, okay, I'm just dying over and over. I'm going to go to bed and try it again tomorrow. And then the next day I did my first try, and I was like, yeah, my brain was just fried from
Yeah, no, it feels
the day
old.
before.
It's like,
But it's like,
you have to be in a certain zone almost for 6 Jads, because you just got to feel it. You can't overthink it.
yeah, it definitely is like the feeling. It's like my problem was like when there's 6, that was the easiest for me. Just because I would go off of the animations for like whatever, like what is it, 2 Jads later or something?
Yep.
For like the timing. I think that's what it is. I haven't done it since release, so I might be wrong on that.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's like you'd have to have prayed beforehand, but yeah, like it's
yeah,
it's
I would like
2
watch
ticks.
them for the timing when to switch my prayer. And then like when there are fewer of them alive, like there'd be fewer visual indicators for when to switch my prayer. And then I'm like get like lost on the ticks. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck. But
It's funny.
that's a really fun challenge to do though. Like,
It
when I finally
is
did it, I was just like, nice. I'm not so shit at this game.
Yeah, no, it I just remember like those clips of like Bodhi and Wooks trying 6 Jads at like that. There's like some clip or something of Bodhi doing 6 Jads at Jagex headquarters or whatever the hell. And
Yeah.
he just like trying so hard and he just fucking couldn't do it. It's like how far the community has like progressed. And so
Yeah.
just give yourself a little bit of practice. You can do anything.
Like when Inferno first came out and they were doing like the testing at the Jagex HQ,
Yeah.
and there was like saying what waves like they got to, and then I watched them like all the people doing it live, like Be the Victim when he was doing it live, and like was
Yeah.
almost the first one to do it, and I was just like, yeah, I'm never gonna do this content. I'm not even gonna try it.
Yep. Same. I was like, fuck this. This is horrible. This looks like hell.
See, that's how I've been like with every content. Like when the Achievement Diary cape came out, I was like, 91 rune crafting? Yeah, no, I'm never doing that shit. Like later I'm maxed, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
Just,
and then that's exactly how I felt about every single thing too. And the Infernal
Yeah.
Cape was no different. And then
Yeah.
combat achievements, I still felt that like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Like, this is
Yeah,
gonna.
you even said that earlier this cast, and like
Yeah.
one day you're gonna have the Zuck helmet and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad. You know, like you look back at it. The thing that's
Yeah, like when I was. No, go ahead.
the thing that's a little discouraging about the whole Zook helmet and Grandmaster achievements is like you're gonna have to keep it up. You know, you have to upkeep it, which is a little obnoxious. So like when Raids 3 comes out, I can't just be like, oh, I'm done. Like Achievement Diaries, like you do it and you're done. But like
True. I mean,
this
like
is,
with
always-
Questcape, it's the same. And
Yeah,
if they ever release a skill, I mean, that's the same too. But like,
it's true. I'm worried about like Raids 3 coming out and being like Grandmaster's like some fucking like difficult thing. I'm like, God damn it! Now I'm just enslaved to this to get my
Yeah.
helmet back.
pretty much,
Because it's
like
different than like a
Nightmare
quest where
V2.
like everyone can do it. You know, just like just do
Yeah.
the quest. But yeah. So your favorite
Yeah.
pet was that? What was your least favorite?
Oh, sorry, yeah. My favorite pet is that and the Dusted Omelet. Those two are sick.
Which version?
Probably Puppetile.
God damn it! That's the most basic.
Dude, I don't care if it's basic, it looks nice.
No, it's Vespula, man. Vespula's the coolest.
I mean, they're all pretty cool.
You don't have a dust yet, though.
No, I don't. I don't have. Let me see how many. KCCM Cox. That doesn't work.
I think
don't know the
Cox.
command.
I think Olm or Casey Olm CM. Yeah, Olm space.
Oh,
CM.
thanks. Yeah, I only have 4 KC, and like Sonic Hellsfire and Big Bong Hoots and some other gamers that carried me through those anyway. I did some with Jake C too.
CMs are just obnoxious. Like I've done
It was
58.
incredible, man.
I have to do 150 for the Zuck helmet. And I'm like, these are just exhausting, man.
Yeah, I was just doing some on stream, and then they just like came through and carried me just because I had no idea what I was doing.
That would have been cool to get that 1 KC dust. I know Olive got that.
No way, I did
1
not know
KC
that.
dust. Fucking spoon. He was freaking.
That's sick.
I love Olive's reactions where he just screaming, just freaking out about stuff. So funny.
Yeah, I wish I like reacted more on stream, but like I just don't. And I'm
Yeah,
not
and
gonna,
that's good. You shouldn't fake it. You just do whatever the hell
yeah, that's
you
the thing.
feel.
I'm not gonna like fake it or force it. I'm just like, you know what, this is how I am.
Yeah.
People are gonna like flame me for it because like I used to watch Behemoth, and people like would always comment like, "Wow, this guy's just like faking their reaction. Like he's like so over the top just for content." And then other people like wouldn't react as much, and then people like, "Wow, they're not even happy they got it." Like no one's ever happy with either reaction. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna be me. If someone's gonna be upset about that, then they can fuck off. I don't care.
Yeah.
-1 viewer, big deal.
Least favorite pet?
Least favorite pet. As far as like strictly how they look,
Just say it. Just say it. Like overall, just least favorite pet.
Oh, let me pull up collection log.
Because if yours is the same as mine, I'm gonna just laugh. Because
I'm looking at them. Oh wait, yeah. Okay, I'm looking at the list, and hands down, the Soul Wars pet is the worst pet.
that's actually pretty fucking close. Now Scrodos. I call him Scrodos.
Really?
Yeah. That's the worst pet by far.
Why is that the worst pet?
I'm gonna tell you why. Every noob has it, and it's ugly as fuck, and it's loud. I go in my house and it's fucking stomping around. Like I honestly wish I hadn't insured it, or I should just like suicide with it and have it insured, because I hate looking at it and I hate it going coo, coo, coo. I'm like, dude, like fuck off. Like, why did I ever get you? You know.
That's my first PvM pet I got. So yeah, a lot of noobs have it because I had it when I was a noob.
That is the worst pet.
Like the little creator one, dude, from Soul Wars, that is like the style of it. This does not
Those
fit
just
any
look
other pet.
RS3. Yeah, they look like
Yeah, it just looks so
Toontown
shit
or something. I don't even.
And
know.
just like the whole just Soul Wars in general is like shit content.
I have
but
never done Soul Wars yet.
Other than that, I would say Heron and Phoenix are very close second, just because they're just so ugly.
Yeah, herons. I've never had a heron, so I kind of like it. I also like the rock golem because you can change its color. I like putting silver on it, so it's like white looking.
Yeah, mine. I used I think it was like
Lovakite for red or what?
no, it's like the bright blue one from
the
mines.
Yeah, the Mire Ditch mines or whatever.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, like the bright blue one, just because it's like such a random color to pick. I don't know.
I can't think of what it's
Phoenix
called.
and the heron, I just feel like for a fishing pet, like they could have went something way cooler. And like
a
even the
flopping
Phoenix.
fish.
Yes, like anything. I don't know. But it's hard to like do like a cool like a fish that follows you that doesn't look like RS3 like, just you know what I mean? It's like in the ground with water around it kind of thing.
I think
It's
the
like
Temperos pet, like as cool as it kind of looks or whatnot, it's just like really? Like you're just I don't know. I think I have a problem with the Temperos pet. It's a little out of place. It's just like huge, and it's like I don't know. I wish it was really small, like Kraken level. That would have been cool.
Yeah, it'd look better smaller. I have the tiny Tempor.
You do?
It looks out of place, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little aggressive, I feel like.
You know, pet is really cool. The Smolcano pet looks sick.
Yeah, that one is cool, but I just relate it to just gold farming, basically. Like when I see it, I'm like, oh, you just
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was doing some Smolcano with Jake C, and I got super spooned on it.
See,
was my KC.
So right now there's a guy with a Hunlift pet, at Anglerfish, and I have a Hunlift pet. You know what I hate about it? Underglow. It has a fucking random ass oval of underglow. Like just
Dude, I wish.
just get rid of underglows. I hate underglows, man. They just piss me off. They ruin the pet.
Agree. I have that pet too. I got that like on like 27 KC from the regular gauntlet the day after release.
It's just like it makes it look less defined. Like when you kind of like zoom out, it just looks like a big blob of blue, or like cyan or whatever, or turquoise or whatever color this is.
I do wish that pet was as big as the KQ pet.
That would actually be pretty dope if it was giant, but
it's like that boss is so big. Like I don't know, it'd be cool to have a big one.
It just needs to get rid of the fucking underglow. God,
yeah,
pisses me off.
Imagine if they had like different sized pets. I would vote no on that, but like be able to resize your pet based on your KC.
Yeah, cool. That'd be kind of interesting.
It's like prove like you're not spooned on it. Deserved pet. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Also, I think. No, go ahead.
No, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Pete is. We got a few more things. We're gonna have to wrap things up soon because of my podcasting hosting limits. But I want to cover Pete is. He always goes into the IRL kind of categories of topics, so I like it. Favorite food. You know what? Like, I want to put my own spin on this. So there's a lot of questions that like already kind of, well, we've already kind of touched on. But what is your like favorite food? And then we'll continue on.
My favorite food. Is pasta or like Asian food.
Like pasta with like meat in it.
Oh yeah.
Like what do you think? Like Alfredo or like more like marinara
my
style?
My favorite pasta dish is like chicken Alfredo with broccoli, and it's baked. It's like you like chicken Alfredo and broccoli obviously, and then you put it like in a casserole dish. Yep, cheese on top, put in the oven, and then that's like so good.
So what?
And that's like homemade Alfredo sauce too, not store bought.
What about shrimp Alfredo? Do you like shrimp?
I don't like any seafood.
Damn, man, seafood is the fucking best.
Dude, I look at sushi, I'm like, that looks good. I actually wanted to make a food truck where I make sushi, but don't use seafood. Just use like chicken and beef and stuff like that.
That'd still be good, but
I was gonna call it Foshi, like FAUX, like faux, and then SHI.
Damn.
Never did that. So if anyone wants to do that, feel free to take that idea. Everyone's like, no, it's a shit idea. I'm not gonna take that.
Then just pay Mofoe a little bit here and there.
Yeah, but I like that. And then Asian food, like I used to work at a hibachi restaurant, and like just those like big noodles with like tons of pepper with like the flat grill seared steak with like teriyaki sauce. That's like so good.
Yeah, I'm addicted.
What about
to
you?
seafood.
What's your favorite food? I haven't like been asking you questions. I just realized.
No, that's because I've pretty much talked about this in other casts and stuff, and I want it to be more about you rather than. But no, like if I had to choose a food, it would probably be like anything fucking seafood, honestly, or sushi. Man. I am like seriously madly like if I could just have seafood all the time, I would, but it's just so expensive. And okay, so keep in mind when I say seafood, I mean like fresh quality seafood. I'm not talking about like I'll just eat any fucking thing under a heat lamp. Like I still like quality, but
yeah,
like
I mean,
if it could be quality steak or quality like fish or something, like I'd always choose seafood. I love fucking seafood.
You're like on a coastal state too, so like you have plenty of options for fresh seafood, I would imagine.
Kind of. I did more in Texas, but even then, like I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever been like too close.
Yeah, I mean, even when I lived in Hawaii, like I tried some seafood just because I was like, maybe I don't like it because it wasn't fresh.
Yeah,
but it was like as fresh as you could be, and I still didn't like it. So I was like, yeah, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I went to New Orleans like a month and a half ago.
Dude, yeah, your black and white picture, dude. Fucking stud.
Thanks. No, that was really delicious. I just ate a bunch of seafood, so.
Yeah, my brother lives there. They saw like huge hurricane. Really?
Oh yeah, no, it's been pretty devastating at certain parts of the country. lately.
Yeah.
A lot of flooding
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, up in the Northeast too. I had some
Yeah.
friends get hit by that. I don't know if you know Thinkstern, but he had to like stop streaming for a bit because his room got flooded.
Damn. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
this thing on Reddit where this dude was like in his garage or something, and then this, like, it was just full of like 2 feet of water, and then all of a sudden like he leaves, and then the whole fucking like place just like the wall caved in.
Oh yeah, the whole wall. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
you
see
saw
that.
that, right?
Yeah, that was crazy, dude.
Jesus, that's just.
And he was like screaming and stuff too. Like,
yeah,
that,
there was like some
scream was
deathly screaming.
haunting, dude.
Yeah, I'm like,
Like,
dude,
man.
that's just so fucking unfortunate. Like, God, it's just horrible, dude.
Yeah. What else did Peters ask?
A lot of things he already kind of covered, but I want to ask the things that we haven't. So, like, describe the feeling of maxing and your style choices. Those are the two I want to kind of cover.
The feeling of maxing. Does he mean like IRL or no? I'm kidding. So
I mean, RuneScape is IRL, but yeah.
yes, when I maxed, I streamed it from my phone because I waited for the 4th of July so I could max outside and have like IRL fireworks. Because, you know, like, you get like tons of fireworks when you max, obviously.
Yeah.
So I wanted like tons of IRL too.
You got red and orange ones?
Yeah. That was like, I made sure everyone like in the valley was like, you know, on board. So I streamed it from my phone, and right when I maxed, the connection cut out. So I was talking to myself for like 20 minutes.
Damn.
While I was like showing the valley of like all the fireworks going off, just like talking about, you know, like how cool it was to finally max, like thanking everyone for being there. Meanwhile, like I was just like not online, and everyone thought I just ditched them. I'm like, oh,
That's fucked, dude.
I think let me find. I think there's a clip of it. Oh man. Yeah, if you want to show this real quick, then I have one other clip that has the view of where I was. Just because I was like, because I was in Utah, there's like huge mountains, obviously. So I went to the side of the mountain, which is why I had no connection. LOL.
All right,
I'm
gonna show this real quick.
Yeah.
Here it
It might
comes.
sound cringe in that. I don't know what I say.
3, 2, 1.
Be right back.
Yeah, dude. Right after, I was like, watched it back, and I was so pissed. I'm like, no way that just happened.
What was the other thing? Oh, wow. Let me see this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just like the first like 10 seconds.
Was leaving soon? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Damn.
But I was like here.
Yeah, I was like
Okay.
up there.
And
like,
everyone
trying
had
to get
already
a gig.
left, basically, or what?
I think this was right before I maxed.
Oh, okay.
I was like showing it, and then I was gonna like max it, then like show the fireworks afterward again. But then like right after, like I just DC'd, and I was like, oh, sick. Because like it didn't tell me. The worst part was I paid for that stupid Streamlabs Prime thing, which is like $15 or something.
Jesus.
Because I had like the disconnecting like saver thing. So I was like, I'll just buy this, and then if I disconnect, it'll reconnect. And then it didn't. So.
Damn.
But yeah, that's feeling of maxing. It was really cool. Like a ton of people showed up. Like I don't know if you saw in the clip, but there was like a huge turnout, which was surprising, really like heartwarming. But also, just being able to do whatever you want in the game. Because like people like make that joke like, oh, you can finally play the game, but like unironically, like if I want to go do this instead of maxing, I can.
Yep.
So I know a lot of people like get stuck on the maxing grind. Like I know Whale on Trash Can, he's like been wanting to max, and he just CBA, so he plays his ultimate, which I don't
Yeah.
blame him. But just being able to like have the cape and just use it for everything is just so nice.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, what about style? It's kind of an interesting question. I don't think we ever talk about this kind of stuff, but do you have a certain style you like? Certain clothing that you like to wear?
If I had like $1 million, my clothing would be like my style would be very different than what it is now. but I just, I'm always chilling at home really for the most part. So my style is just like either gym shorts or just like, nicer shorts. Not like, I'm not trying to describe them. Not like, super thin gym shorts, but just high quality shorts.
Yeah.
And just like t-shirts, like sports shirts, like sports casual, I guess is what you would call it. Like just Nike, Adidas, just different things like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, really. I really don't have any cool style. I just wear that, and I like hoodies a lot. I got this like pastel pink Twitch hoodie. It's like the same color as my hair right now. It's my Twitter picture right now. I got that hoodie, and that's like so comfy. I love that. So once winter rolls around, I'm gonna be rocking some hoodies all the time. But
Yeah, I kind of
as
miss.
far as
I miss winter. When you just gotta like cozy up, wear the
Oh,
warm
yeah.
stuff.
yeah, I I don't really have much of a style though, just because
Yeah.
I just like to be cozy and comfortable at home because
Yep.
I don't really go out too often.
Yeah, I used to wear like, I don't know, like in high school, I used to wear corduroys and like sweaters. I was pretty like alternative, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like in high school, I would wear like like jeans that were not like tight, but not like super loose. Like
Yeah,
just,
like
really
slim
well
fit.
fitting. Yeah, like slim fit, and then just like a nice tight t-shirt because I was not so chunky back then with like the like flannels or just like other like
Yeah.
shirts like that. So
Nowadays, it's
nothing.
just fucking wear whatever the hell I got.
Yeah.
It's usually gym shorts or it's like sweatpants in the winter.
Oh yeah, I love sweatpants.
Yeah.
But not just wearing shorts, just whatever's comfy, really.
All right. We're gonna wrap things up, but as always, I have to ask. For this cast, I want to ask for 3 shout-outs from you. So 3
For
people.
3.
Sorry?
Only 3?
Only 3. Yeah, I limit you because then it's not on you for excluding anybody. And I'm not saying top 3. I'm just saying 3 shout-outs. So nobody
No,
feels
for
bad.
sure.
Nobody feels left out. And you can just list 3 that deserve it.
My number 1 is Thanksturm. He is the most underrated streamer in my opinion. He's the one I just mentioned who had his room flooded. He just lost his last hardcore to
A
DC
flood.
at
No.
Gauntlet.
Damn.
Yeah, he got the enhanced weapon seed, and then he was like still needing other stuff, and then DC'd, and
Rip.
super unlucky. But he's really cool. He's really smaller chat, and he does like the best job of talking to a slow moving chat that I've ever seen. Like he's a really good job at like just talking to himself when he has to, that kind of thing. And like when you first start off streaming, that's like the hardest part to do. And he does a really good job of that. So I am so surprised he doesn't have more followers. I think a big part of that is he doesn't have a Twitter account. And like I told him to like message you a question if he had one. I don't know if he did, but he doesn't have a Twitter. I wish he would, so I can just hype him up. But his name is Thanksturm. He's really cool. 2 other shout outs. Let me think. Number 2, not they're in any order or anything, but T Papa Slice. Talked about him earlier.
Yep.
He's really cool. It's his TPA Slice. He's really has different ways of approaching streaming in YouTube, which I really like. People who like think outside of the box, don't just like press live and expect to get viewers just because they're live, but actually like works for it, puts effort into it, which I think is always needed these days. Kind of tired of people expecting viewers for no work. It's kind of annoying, but he does a good job at putting in the effort. And 3rd shout out, let me think. I'm trying to think of smaller streamers just because they could use a shout out more than other people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not like I don't only want to shout at them just because other people are also deserving of a shout out.
That's the thing. We could go on for days, but
yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of like the 3 people, not like the top 3, but just 3 I really want to mention.
Yeah, not particularly the top 3. They could be the top 3, but they don't have to particularly be the top 3 because you don't want to. Yeah.
I'm not trying to like rank people against each other. So, like all my friends, and it's like which of my friends suck and which don't. No, I'm kidding. Everyone's awesome. Let's go with Qneeks, my roommate. Qneeks. He's pushing
king.
for
He's a little
partner.
king.
He should be having it like 3 applications ago. Twitch is like saying he's still getting view botted even though he's not. So if you guys don't follow him already, give him a follow, check him out. And those are my 3 for sure.
Mofoe, you're a humble man. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you, getting to know you a little bit better, and getting just a little bit more deep in the conversation today. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's very fun. Hopefully got some more insight into my thoughts and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's always cool to get that side of people on the Sae Bae Cast instead of just the face value thing. So
yeah,
I try to bring that today.
So thank you very much. We're going to have your links in the description. So your Twitch, your Twitter, your YouTube. Do you want your YouTube in it?
Sure. Let's get the YouTube in there.
Okay.
Constantine will be out soon. TM.
What else do you want linked?
Those 3 are fine.
Okay.
I mean, my PayPal if you... No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, I'll have your donation links in there. Speaking of donation links, guys, if you guys would like to exclusively support the Sae Bae Cast and get access to deleted scenes, go in the description and become a patron. $5 a month, and you can get
only
all
$5 a month.
Only $5 to $50. You can pay whatever you want, but all the perks are the same.
Wow, that's so worth it.
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna do
$50
that right
one's
now.
definitely worth it because it's just 10 times more expensive for like the same perks. But I just figured I'd shout that out. I think I'm gonna make it a regular thing just to shout it out because
yeah, you
there are some great deleted scenes on there, and they're really good. They're honestly, I would say they're almost better than the Sae Bae Cast themselves. So if you guys want to check it out, there's also other perks as well besides Sae Bae Cast stuff. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. I had an absolute just pleasure today talking to Mofoe, and yeah,
it was very fun.
Who knows? Maybe
Thanks, man.
maybe in the future we're gonna get you back on to see how life's going. How about that?
Yeah, that'd be fun. I would enjoy that.
All right, man. Take it easy. Peace, everybody.
All right, thanks. See ya.